Am y tro olaf, mae'r 12 disglair ar fi'n hollti yn ddau. Pwy fydd yn sicrhau ei lle yn y 6 ucha? 4 clwb dal yn y ras yma na ffefrynnau clir wrth i'r linell derfyn agosau. Bai Colwyn, bron yno, tipyn y ffordd gan Hwlffordd, a'r Bari a Met yn gwbl gyfartal yn cystadlu am y safle ola holl bwysig. Noswaith dda i chi, mae pawb yn chwarae heno sy'n golygu noson brysur. Parc Jenner yw'r lleoliad i ni, tynged y Bari ni dwylo hunain. Maen nhw'n cwrdd â'r clwb ar y gwaelod, sef Llanelli, clwb sy'n newid rheolwr hefyd. Gymaint yn digwydd, a ni'n edrych ymlaen i gadw golwg ar y cyfan. Dyna'r sefyllfa, y Bari a'r fantes, maen nhw'n gwbl gyfartal o ran pwyntiau gyda Met Caerdydd, ond gwahaniaeth goliau y Bari dipyn gwell. Bai Colwyn bron yno, Hwlffordd yn bell i ffwrdd, angen gwirth a goliau diri, a dyma'r gemau heno. 4 pwynt yw'r bwlch ar y brig, 4 pwynt yw'r bwlch rhwng y 4 clwb uwchben Llanelli, a mae 4 na yn cwrdd â'i gilydd heno. Flint, y Bala, a hefyd Llansawel yn cwrdd â Hwlffordd. Gymaint yn digwydd. Pwy well na Siôn Moredydd i gadw cwmni i ni heno. Noswaith dda, Siôn.
Noswaith dda. Noson
oer fan hyn ar Barc Jenner. Ni'n barod amdani. Os unrhyw ffordd yn y byd le mae'r Bari ddim yn sicrhau lle yn yr hanner ucha heno?
Dwi'n meddwl fydden nhw rhy broffesiynol yn y marn ni, ond mae yna 2 ffactor. Y ffaith bod ni fo chwarae'r gêm nos Wener, a hefyd rheolwr newydd yn Llanelli, Terry Boyle, hynod brofiadol, yw hwnna'n mynd i fod yn ffactor. Llais newydd yn y stafell newid, mae fe gallu digwydd. Dwi'n meddwl fod yn broffesiynol, ond gewn ni weld.
Ni yn dueddol o cael drama ar y pwynt yma yn y tymor, just cyn y toriad. Falle bod neb yn disgwyl i Terry Boyle achub Llanelli a'i cadw nhw yn y gyngrair, ond yw e'n gallu achosi ambell i sioc yn gynnwys gêm fel hyn?
Wel, pam lai dechrau hyn ond yn erbyn y Bari, ond dwi'n mewn i wneud swydd, dwi'n meddwl. Mae Terry Boyle edrych ar ôl y clwb, gobeithio falle pigo lan pwyntiau. Pwy a wyr, fel ti'n gweud, mae nhw 12 pwynt i ffwrdd o'r bal ar hyn o bryd, felly dwi ddim yn anhygol i feddwl alle fe troi pethau o amgylch, ond dwi'n mewn i wneud swydd proffesiynol, dwi'n meddwl, mae Terry Boyle i wneud i Llanelli.
Mae'n dipyn o stori, so fe'n gallu achosi sioc heno. Y Bari adeg ma llynedd mor adlwcus i beidio sicrhau lle yn yr hanner ucha. Maen nhw'n gobeithio newid hynny. Dewch i ni glywed gan y rheolwr Steve Jenkins gyda Sioned Dafydd.
Well, Steve, Barry are on the brink of a top 6 finish for the first time in 5 seasons. How aware are your players of the challenge and the potential excitement that could come tonight?
Yeah, they know what's at stake. A lot of them were here last year, so we were at this point last year. So hopefully he'll have a more positive outcome tonight.
Yeah, you probably won't want reminding, but you obviously very narrowly missed out on the top 6 this time last year. Has that been spoken about? Is it an extra motivation at all?
I haven't spoken about it, but I'm sure some of the boys will be thinking it. We're just focusing on tonight. The boys have done fantastically well to put themselves in a position like tonight. So we just got to win the game. It's in our hands. It's going to be incredibly difficult. There's been a lot going on at Llanelli, so I expect a real response from them. So I'm in no doubt how difficult the game's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, from Barry's point of view, how difficult is it to prepare when obviously the games were supposed to be played on Friday? Llanelli have since then changed manager as well. What's been going through your head and your plans over the last couple of days?
No, it's not ideal because it was so late on the day as well, Friday. So, like you say, you prepare all week for that, and then that's out the window, and then you've got to look at the weekend in preparation for this evening. So it's not ideal, but it's the same for everybody. All right, a lot of changes have gone on at Llanelli. So we know, like I say, that can sometimes have a real positive effect. So we know, it's going to be difficult tonight.
A top 6 finish, or playing in the top 6 in the second half of the season. Finally, Steve, what would that mean for this club?
I think it means progression. I've been here 2.5 years now, and we're moving forward. In the right way. We've also got a cup final to look forward to. We're in the quarterfinals of the Welsh Cup, so at this point we're moving in the right direction, and that's all I want. I want us improving season after season and try and become the team that we want to be.
Steve, thank you. Deal.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Rownd yr fynol cwpan y gyngrair ar y ffordd yng Nghwpan Cymru hefyd pethau mynd yn dda o ran y bari ac yn ddiweddar y tabl ma'n dangos y gemau diwetha, yr 8 gêm diwetha. Drychwch ar Ceicona hefyd, maen nhw wedi ennill pob un o'r reini yn dyn ar sodle y seintiau, ond mae'n dangos yn glir hefyd, Sean, pa mor dda mae'r bari wedi bod yn neud. Ddim wedi bod yn ildio llawer chwaith.
Ie, dim yn ildio, a mae'n troi cornel o'r rhan sgorio goliau. Nid unig y 3 blaenwr yn y blaen, maen nhw hefyd yn sgorio goliau o ganol ca, felly mae hwnna wedi bod yn ffactor i'r pwyntiau maen nhw'n bod yn pigo lan. Ond, fi si Jenkins yn cicio hynna'n achos fi gael nhw cyfle da ar ôl curo Met Caerdydd, ond i'n meddwl dyna'r 6 ucha, done and dusted, a we'n colli yn ein Llansail. Colli yn Ceicona ddim cymaint yn sioc, ond jyst yn gadael y drws na ar agor i Met Caerdydd, fydden nhw'n cicio hynna'n.
Oedd angen dechrau sgorio, o weithiau dim ond un gol sydd angen yn dyfa Sean yn sôn fan yna am y fuddugoliaeth na'n erbyn Met Caerdydd. Ti'n be, gen i weld y gol ma Sean, Ben Williams-Magerson yn ei chalu, mae'n acrobataidd, ond dim ond y 2 waelod sydd wedi sgorio llai, felly oedd angen goli arnyn nhw.
Ie, so be, maen nhw'n bod yn creu digon, maen nhw'n bod yn creu digon o gyfleon, ond ddim yn cymeryd nhw, a dwi wedi gweld Bari ar ddoen, neu 3 achlysur y tymor hyn, a'r gair mae Steve Jenkins wastad yn dweud, be ruthless. Maen nhw'n creu digon o cyfleon, ond dyn nhw ddim yn digon ruthless o flaen gol.
O, fel ti'n gweud, diddorol cael y fuddugoliaeth na'n wedyn i colli yn erbyn Llansail. Pwt bach am yn elli, ni wedi trafod Terry Boyle. Falle mae dim nawr yw'r adeg i holi'r cwestiynau yma, yn rhywbryd, fi'n fydd na gwestiynau am beth sydd wedi mynd o'i le yn Llanelli tymor yma.
So be, dwi'n bod yn syml, dyn nhw heb arwyddo yn digon dda yn yr haf, wedi ffili denu chwaraewyr i ddod i chwarae Llanelli, a dwi'n synnu hynny, achos maen nhw'n glwb enfawr yn y gorllewin, a i fi, maen nhw'n dîm dylef o'n cystadlu yn uwch gyngor Cymru. Ie,
ni'n gweld Terry Boyle fan hyn, fe wedi dod mewn i wneud swydd, dim llawer amser ganddo fe, dewch i ni glywed gan Terry Boyle nesa. Chwaraewr profiadol, hyfforddwr profiadol dros ben. Chofed, nath e chwarae Gaerdydd, oedd e'n gapten Caerdydd, ennill Cwpan Cymru gyda nhw. Nath e hefyd ennill Cwpan Cymru gyda'r Bari yn erbyn Caerdydd yn 1994. Dad Zami yn nhw'n galw nhw, oedd y tîm mor hen, ond nhw'n poeni am hynny. Dewch i ni glywed gan Terry Boyle, mae fe wedi bod yn siarad y Sioned.
Terry, you've had an eventful few days at Llanelli Town. You're the man that's been tasked with guiding the club between now and the end of the season. First of all, what have the last couple of days been like for you and everyone involved with Llanelli?
Yeah, it's been a bit hectic. It was something that never nice to happen, especially Lee. You know, I had a great season last year. Unfortunately, this season, things didn't go his way. And the club decided they needed to change. So, obviously, I moved back to Llanelli. I'm living there. I go and see the games. And I suppose with regards to criteria, with the qualifications, etc., I've been asked to come in as part of a staff for the interim period to the end of the season.
In terms of tonight's game, obviously, you haven't had much time to prepare. So what's it been like, getting the messaging over to the players in a very short space of time?
I know a couple from my previous, obviously seeing them play. I'm playing with them as well. So yeah, it is a difficult one, but hey, football, everybody knows the language of football. It's just, I'd like to see them play tonight and put a smile back on their face, because they've had a long season so far and it's only halfway gone. And especially the last couple of games, everybody seemed to be heads down a lot, so just trying to lift them and support them as best they can to move on to the next stage.
You've spoken about wanting Llanelli to be competitive in every single game. So what does that look like against a Barry Town side that will be determined to finish in the top 6 tonight?
Oh yeah, we've got to be realistic, you know what I mean? It's especially with the modern day, the way the game is now with regards to the physical aspect of it. You can't get involved in too many over-aggressive challenges. But the players are getting better, so you can't stand off. So we've got to get that happy blend of knowing when to press and how to press, and hopefully how to counter-attack from that.
Terry Boyle, siarad dros trot yn diwedd y tymor. Digon da i Manchester United, a Michael Carrick, mae digon da i Llanelli hefyd. O'n i'n hoffi'r dyfyniad, everybody knows the language of football. Dwi'n mynd i gael llawer amser serch hynny, Sean.
Na, dwi heb. Nabod Terry, oedd e'n is-reolwr yn Porthmadog gyda Tommy Morgan, a hefyd wrth gwrs yn gyfarwydd a Wayne Jones, cynchwiliwr yn gyfyrddin, a mae'r ddoi yn gymeriad. Felly fydd hi'n eitha entertaining yn yr ystafell newid, os dim byd arall.
Ie, a eto, oedd yn gweud, mae wedi bod yn dymor anodd i'r chwaraewyr yma. Eisiau rhoi gwen ar ei gwynebau nhw. Hwna'n gallu gwneud gwahaniaeth, yw hi'n gallu bod mor syml â hynny weithiau?
Wel, pam laen man am anti ymlygu o nawr, dim byd i'w golli fel petai, felly rhoi bach o hyder i'r chwaraewyr, a os ti'n mwynhau y bêl-drod, mae'n lot yn haws.
Ond eto, y reality am hwnni yw'r diffyg amser na. Eto, mae'n rhaid bod ni'n anodd iawn cael eich syniadau. Be allwn ni ddisgwyl ar y nelli enno? Mae'n siŵr mai jyst cadw pethau'n syml yw'r neges i ddechrau gyda.
Mae'n edrych yn debyg yn yw i. Gwasgu pan bod angen a fod yn drefnus fel tîm. Dyna oedd y neges gan Terry, dwi'n meddwl. Felly, dim digon amser i gweu patrymau celfydd yn ganol ca fel petai.
Ie, a hefyd, wrth gwrs, dyna ni wedi bod mewn ysweiniad diwetha, gefn adi newid yn y cyfamser. Mae cwpl o chwaraewyr wedi gadael ambell i glwb, mae rheolwr wedi gadael Llanelli. Mae'n syndod gymaint sy'n gallu newid mewn mater o ddyddiau hefyd. Enghraifft, Met y chwarae Pen y Bont heno, mae hwnna'n effeithio hon. Pen y Bont i colli cwpl o chwaraewyr, felly mae'n syndod beth sy'n gallu newid mewn un penwythnos.
Ie, mae yna sawl ffactor wedi dod mewn i'r chwarae efo ni'n methu chwarae'r nos Wener. Felly, dyw pethau ddim yn sicr, ond fel o'n i'n gweud y dechrau'r rhangau, dwi'n meddwl fydd y Bari yn digon proffesiynol i wneud y swydd a cael y triffwynt heddi.
John, diolch yn fawr iawn am y tro. Fel ni wedi gweud yn barod, be bynnag chi'n disgwyl, ni yn dieddol o gael bach o ddrama yn y gemau ola yma cyn y toriad yn y tymor. A dyma ni felly, y Bari. Nhw sydd ar fantais o ran yr hanner ucha. A ni sôn am 2 glwb fan hyn. Chio be, maen nhw wedi ennill pob clws domestig yng Nghymru ar draws y blynyddoedd, y Bari a Llanelli. Ond maen nhw hefyd wedi cwrdd â'i gilydd yn y bedwaredd haen a chi grynhoi y cyfan sydd wedi digwydd i'r ddau yma ar draws y blynyddoedd. Beth fydd yn digwydd ar draws yr awr a hanner nesaf? Na'r cwestiwn o bosib. Reit, dewch ni'n ymuno a'n tîmau sylwebu felly. Gyda ni'n Saesneg, Mark Jones a Kane McLagan yn barod amdano chi ac yn Gymraeg. Mae Siôn Moredydd ar fi'n ymuno gyda Ken ymysodwr Cymru, Malcolm Allen a Nick Parry.
Good evening and welcome to Jenner Park in Barry, where the Linnets host Llanelli in the 22nd and final round of fixtures in the 2025-26 Cymru Premier. First phase. Steve Jenkins, Barry, a 1 win from making the coveted top 6, which guarantees a European playoff spot at the end of the season, which was surely the club's aim in the summer. Llanelli are rock bottom of the league and are under the guidance of Terry Boyle and Wayne Jones, who have replaced Lee John after 3 seasons at the West Walian Reds. Alongside me this evening, ex-Barry Town centre-forward legend Kane McLagan. Welcome, Kane, to your hometown club.
Thank you, Joni. Yeah, good to be here. It's a big night for Barry. Obviously, they just missed out on top 6 last year, so they'll be looking to right a wrong. And Llanelli have had an interesting week where they've changed management and changed a lot of players. So yeah, it'll be a very interesting game.
Yeah. Terry Boyle coming back alongside Wayne Jones. Terry Boyle was a great player in Welsh football. He was also a good manager, Terry. So it's, unlucky for Lee John, who I think done a marvellous job over the 3 years with Llanelli. But that's the way football goes, Kane.
Yeah, absolutely. Lee John's he's had it tough, hasn't he? Because he probably hasn't had as much resources to work with as he probably liked this season, and they found it really difficult. The young side, Llanelli had some young players on loan that have helped, but again, tough for them because it's an adults league and a men's league, and it's difficult. So it'd be a very interesting game.
There's the 2 teams in front of us. Barry, I'm sure you played with 9 or 10 of them, Kane. Llanelli also, not many changes in either sides. The transfer window's been with us, but there's no transfers as yet in either club team.
No, Barry have had a stable lineup for the season. This has probably been it, hasn't it? They've, with 1 or 2 maybe added if there's been injuries or suspensions, and Llanelli may be slightly different because personnel, and they've lost a few this week. But steady lineups. And
it looks like the 2 lineups, if we're right, they could be playing. Well, they go with a 3-4-3. Llanelli, that's a bold. Didn't Amarin have that for? I think you're a Man United fan, weren't you, Kane?
Yeah, I think the Celtic manager tried it as well for 4 or 5 games. It didn't quite work for him. So.
3-4-3 on Big Jenner Park. I think that might be a 5, I think, more or less. It's Joe Hopkins in centre midfield. Good holding midfielder.
Yeah, been there a long time. He's their captain. If anybody's going to lead this team, it's going to be him. There's a lot of young players on the pitch, so they're going to look for his leadership. And I think he's had a maybe 6 or 7 years at the club. I played against him back in the Cymru South, and he was the captain then. So yeah, they'll be looking for him to lead.
There's young Ian Owen, who was top scorer this season for Barry. He's got 6 goals so far. In fact, he's played 27 games and scored 14 goals, which is a good ratio. You've played alongside him and trained with him, Kane. Your verdict?
Really, really good player. Sharp. You know, he's now making box runs, which he probably wasn't quite doing as much last year. But that's why he's getting the goals now. He's 1 in 2, like you said, which is a fantastic record.
Ratcliffe sends it long onto the head of Sean Cronin. I don't think that'll be Cronin's last header of the evening. Barry, of course, for viewers unaware of the colours of the both sides, Barry in yellow and blue, Llanelli in red. Great work by the left back, Cuddihy, really early on in the game, and I'm sure he'll get forward a lot more in the game.
Yeah, good start from Cuddihy. He'll be down that left flank every single time. He's strong, he's quick, he's aggressive, he wins the ball back here, tries to get his cross in, blocked. Just a great start, set pieces, and you know, Barry are formidable from set pieces this season.
They are formidable. They got the big men in there. Will Richards, Keston Davis, Ben Magason's on fire at the moment, scoring goals for fun, and Callum Sainty. Plenty of height in there. It's whipped in by Wilmot. Sainty on the far post, hooks away. Headed back in the mix. Early pressure from the home team, searching for that 3 points this evening. They'll go behind the goals. Llanelli will be pleased with that. Alex Pennock in goals, the son of Haverfordwest manager Tony Pennock. Steve Jenkins looking on.
Yeah, so it's a good delivery from Robbie Wilmot, and they keep it alive, Barry. That's where they've got a lot of their goals, is from the second phase, not always from the first header. And they've done it again, but Llanelli will be pleased that they've you know, withstood the first one, got the first one out of the way, and maybe get a bit of confidence from their set pieces from that.
Well, that was a bright move if they'd done anything there. They had Cronin, instead of freeing Cronin up, he marked the main man in the air for Barry, Callum Sainty, and that'll be one of the battles to look out for this evening. John Lester playing at the back alongside Cronin and James Parry. Owen, great ball from Sainty. It's a great gallop. What a ball that is! What a ball that is! It's a brilliant header, giving Barry the lead from Ollie Hulbert, but what a tremendous ball from Mickey George. I've watched a couple of games, Cave, this season. You know, Championship and Premier League. You're not going to get many better crosses than that, mate.
Unbelievable ball. It's a real feature about his players. The wing-backs getting forward. It's a great ball from Callum Sainty into Mikey George's stride. And then he has to dig it out from the touchline. And does he dig it out, by the way? Right on Ollie Hulbert's head. Can't miss. Great finish.
Well, you're a centre forward. You've scored many a goals from Barry Kane, and in all that time, you haven't received many better crosses than that. Is that what they call on a plate?
I think I'm going to have a word with him, because I haven't seen him. He definitely didn't give me one of those. But that's a great ball, isn't it? But listen, centre forward's in the right place as well. I'm probably doing him a disservice. He's in the right place. He's headed it down. He's done everything right, and he gets his goal. So great move.
Ollie Hulbert receives his Christmas present on January the 12th off of the right back. What a start. It's an unfortunate start for the Reds, but Barry looking very sharp.
Yeah, they look like a side that are trying to finish in the top 6 and look to kind of get in the European places. And at the moment, I know it's only 3 minutes in, but Llanelli look like a team who are possibly going out of this league.
We talk about goal scorers, Kane, in all leagues. In all leagues, there might be a little free kick given there, yeah, but half the time the goal scorers need that delivery, and that was what they call post office first class.
Absolutely. The guys who score lots of goals, they score lots of tap-ins. They score lots within the 6-yard box. You can't score 25 worldies because it's just not sustainable, you know. So that's where he's got to be, Ollie, and he's got to be there more often. You know, he probably hasn't scored as many as he'd like to this season so far, but that's where he's got to be if he's going to get his numbers up.
George Ratcliffe made a great take there. Cymru Premier tonight, of course. There's a big 6 games. It's the last round. Carnarvon 0, Connors Quay 1, Haverfordwest 0, Britain Ferry 0, Penabont 0, Cardiff Met 1, Barry 1, Llanelli 0, Flint 0, Bala 1, TNS 1, Colwyn Bay 0. There's a lot of early goals. We are only in the 5th minute of all them games, and that's a lot of bright starts, Kane.
Yeah, I recall this game last year, or this match week, and there was a lot of goals in that one as well. And unfortunately, Barry were on the wrong side of it. But yeah, it's always exciting because there's a lot on the line.
For the viewers watching, we will go across any goal as they're scored this evening. Ethan Kahn breaks wide. Danny Williams on the ball. Tristan Jenkins loves a dribble. Loves the ball at his feet. Mickey George gets it forward. Owen drops in. Wilmot just adds a bit of guile to the game when it comes to Wilmot. You played with Wilmot for a couple of seasons. The ex-Newport County Bristol Rovers professional player. Great on the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said the word professional. That's what he is. You know, he gets on the ball, he's experienced, he's really calm, and he calms the rest of the lads down. So when there is a bit of a hectic patch, you know, give it to him and he'll settle the game down, as Elliot does, who's on the ball now. Exactly the same. That experience is key again. Just that little touch there, you know, it's really important just to settle lads down. And
yeah, I think what Steve Jenkins is doing, like you said, Kane, he's blending this team with a wealth of experience in positions and youth in the other positions, and it's a good mix.
Yeah, definitely. Through the spine. You look through that spine, George Radcliffe, Will Richards, Keston Davis, Sainty, Robbie Wilmot, experienced and power. And, you know, that's why they're getting the results they're getting, because they've got that experience, and then they've got the two flies up top.
Barry are putting the press on early to Llanelli. They're not letting them get out at all. They're just in front of us now in the last third of the pitch. There's 6 or 7 Barry jerseys. Because he just doesn't keep that one in. I think it's gone out of play, the linesman. Flags. Bryn Markham Jones in the middle. There's the Cymru Premier table in front of us. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. Jenkins gets a shot off. I think he had a little more. He could have carried that a bit further than he's taken the shots from about 20, 22 yards. I think he could have gone further. You have a look at this, Kane.
Yeah, it's a bit of an opening for him, isn't it? He's 1v1 in the box with Will Richards. You know, we probably didn't expect to get many opportunities of that in this game. So, like you said, he is a dribbler, and maybe that's an opportunity when he gets at him.
Callum Sainty back in the centre of midfield. Danny Williams inside of Jenkins. Jenkins to Williams. Will Richards comes across and will use his strength to let it go out for a goal kick. Again, 34-year-old Richards adding stability to the Barry defence. They went through a phase of 12 games from October to Boxing Day. 9 clean sheets when they were at an undefeated run. That's tremendous work defensively anyway.
Yeah, incredible. And George Radcliffe's been a massive addition to this team, as well as Keston Davis, and they've really strengthened that back line with Sainty sometimes popping into midfield, and you've got that kind of triangle at the back, which is real power. George
again, direct pass forward. Hulbert. Welcome back to football, Terry. Terry will know how difficult this game can be, especially in the dugout. I'm sure, you know, he was hoping for a brighter start and giving the goal away in the first couple of minutes, but he has the experience. He's been through it all.
Yeah, it's an important time for Llanelli now, isn't it? Just to stay in the game. I know they've conceded early, and they've probably done it a few times this season, but you don't want to give another one away and be, you know, defending all game.
Hulbert. Chance to get a Cronin. Hulbert, can he return the ball in? Oh, Ian Owen just in front of goal. Almost a bit of a copy of the first goal it could have been. The ball's flashed across the front by Ollie Hulbert, and Ian Owen just misguides his header.
Yeah, he scored 2 or 3 of these in the last 3 or 4 weeks in terms of just getting across the front post. Great ball from Ollie Hulbert, good feet. And Ian Owen does what good strikers do, get across the front post. Contact's probably too good, and he just kind of doesn't glance it enough and gets too much forehead on it front post.
I don't know how much football you watch on TV, Kane. I think if you're watching Liverpool and Barnsley last night, that's identical to the first top couple of minutes at Anfield last night when the Barnsley forward headed wide. Big chance. Yeah, Barry's top scorer, or joint top scorer now, I think. done well. Jenkins seems to have stuck by him, Kane.
Yeah, there was a period where he was in and out. I think Morgan Wigley, he was sharing minutes with Morgan Wigley for a little bit when he came in from Cardiff earlier in the season. But he's on a run now of about 6, I think, goals in 8 games, and he's really grabbed that shirt now. And you know, he's a starter, and fair play to him because he's still a young kid, isn't he? He's grabbed the shirt and made it his.
And I was speaking to Steve Jenkins today before the game, and as they say, size is not, because he said he's a real tough character as well. Great to have in your make-up that you know you're playing, knowing you can look after yourself and be physically strong in all departments. Yeah, he's brave. He's brave as a lion. He heads the ball down when it's low and runs them behind. He fights with big defenders. He's a tough boy. Cudahy fires it long, goes out of play. Terry Boyle will be pleased with the last 5 minutes for Llanelli. There's a lot of players leaving our league by the look of it, Kane. A few players gone to clubs, and I think we just from everybody on Scorio, plus myself and yourself, we wish them all the best. Especially the lads going forward to the likes of the Football League. Yeah, definitely lads who are better in their career and their lives. If they're going on to full-time football, whether it be the Football League, the National League, or whatever it be, it's good for our league also. It shows that the league is producing young players, and it's a good pathway for them. And one of our players still in the FA Cup, Will Evans with Mansfield. Just goes to show the positivity for the league. What a great ball that is if it goes all the way. That seems to be the problem at the moment. They are looking to get Cudahy in the game as often as possible, and it is splitting the back 5. I think we'll admit it is now, I think. Yeah, Cudahy and George down the sides are real problems, and then if they don't quite get the wing backs, then one of the strikers rolls in down the side and puts a ball in. So it's really tough for the back line in the minute. Barry have played 21, won 6, drawn 9, lost 6, 4-28 against 24, 27 points. Usually the 30 makes the top 6. That's about par for the course. Llanelli, 12th, bottom of the Cymru Premier, played 21, won 2, drawn 2, lost 17, only 11 goals for, 54 against. Had a tough season. But Lee John, Dylan Blaine and Matthew Rees, don't forget, that's how tough football can be. They were superior team in the Cymru South. They won the league, done a brilliant job. Just that step up sometimes is, miracle managers can't keep people up sometimes. Yeah, it's a big step, isn't it? We know it's a big step. Some clubs come and stay in the league quite comfortably, but most struggle, and Llanelli have found it difficult this year. But it's a strong league. It is a strong league this year, where there's probably no clubs who are struggling, who have been in the league for a long time, where there's usually 1 or 2 who you can fight with. But this year it's been them alone at the moment, unfortunately. Yeah, you go back to that tough league. I think the goal scoring tells you that, Kane, because they're the top goal scorers in the league. Apart from Jordan Williams, 20 goals, James Kroll, who may not be in the league much longer, 11 goals. Harry Franklin, Elliot Reeves, Adam Davis and Reece Hughes, 11 goals. That's the top goals, and that's in 22 games. Shows you it's getting a bit more difficult, more organised, tighter defences. Yeah, definitely. And I think the coaching as well. I think the coaches are getting better. Obviously the teams play each other a lot as well. That doesn't help, if you like, but the coaches kind of nullify each other now, and it's difficult to score goals against organised defences. Cronin passing his way out into centre midfield. Rio Booth on the ball, gets it out wide, is flipped across, and the goalkeeper comes and collects. Ratcliffe, that's more like it from Llanelli, making positive moves. Good run in midfield. Looks like Rio Booth playing in centre midfield there. It's whipped across once again by Tristan Jenkins. Took us plenty of time in the office, shall we say, Kane, at the start to work out Barry's position, because they got a lot of wide men, shall we say, playing tonight in their team. Yeah, Llanelli have, I think they've changed again as well. Tristan Jenkins was out here as a wide player, but he's gone up front now, I think, with Cannon. They've tried to make like a 4-4-2 block, it looks like. So Williams has now come out here, and Hopkins and Booth are in midfield. So,
Yeah, I think Terry Boyle's trying to change it up a little bit and get a little bit more comfortable in the game.
Maybe them couple of crosses down the right, and it looks like now Danny Williams is tracking the right back every time he gets forward after them couple of crosses what came in. Mickey George sent a message out. Unfortunately for Llanelli, it's a little bit too late, as Ollie Hulbert's goal put the Linnets ahead. Still one of the the premier grounds in our league, Kane. It's stood up here on the gantry. I know it's not like playing, but it's some pitch and it's some stadium.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? You've got 2 big stands, and it's still probably, if not the best ground to come to it, up there. And I think there probably needs to be a few more fans here, if I'm being really honest. I'd love to see a few more come through the turnstiles, because when this place is rocking, it's one of the best places to be in the Cymru Premier League.
Williams again trying to get forward. Spent the most of his early career knocking goals in for the likes of Cardiff City, Merthyr and the likes. Richards goes down. Interesting to see what the referee's given here. Tough one to work out. It looks like he just may have got the ball before he catches Danny Williams first of all. Does he get the ball? Yeah, there's the ball. And Danny his legs left in there, and it looks like he's given the free kick against Danny.
Yeah, he's given it to Barry. I suppose Richards gets there first,
I
suppose he does kick him. I think it could just play on if you like, but I suppose he's down injured, so maybe the game had to halt. But does a free kick have to give? I'm not sure.
Llanelli need 2 goals to avoid being the lowest scorers in the first half of the season since the Super 12 started. Britain Ferry go 1-0 ahead at Haverfordwest. Andy Dyer's done a marvellous job at the Ferry there this season, working their way up the league.
They are, and they've only come up quite recently, I suppose, 2 or 3 seasons ago, and they're showing that they can compete. They've grown the squad and invested really well.
Yeah, I think one of your close mates, Luke Cooper, making his debut tonight, is he?
He is, yeah. He's straight into the starting lineup, which is good for him. So, fingers crossed he does well.
Wilmot, again looking for that run of Owen to go in behind Cronin. I've watched Barry a few times this season, Kane, and if you are a defender, they're absolute. You look sometimes for a man to pick out, a tall man maybe, that's the best ones you can pick out. But this Ian Owen and Ollie Hulbert up top, they run absolutely everywhere. They are absolute nuisances to mark.
Yeah, they are. They don't stop running. They're both quick, but they're also both, honest as they come. They'll run all day. Very different to myself, and that's maybe why I'm up here and they're down there now. They will run all day, and they got a goal in them. They've got goals in them as well. So
you did do it, mate. You did do it. Don't worry. That's why you were top scorer for every season you were here. Wilmot. Second goal as early as this, Kane. Vital.
Yeah, because Cardiff Met 1-0 up as well. So that's important. A draw and Cardiff Met win, and it's Cardiff Met's place, isn't it, instead of Barry? So the longer it goes on like this, I know it's only 18 minutes in, but the longer it goes on, the more Barry Town might think about last season and how they drew, and if they had won, then they would have been in the top 6. So listen, let me stay in it and kind of get Barry on the edge a little bit. It could be an interesting second half, if you like, if it gets there.
Yeah, well, since our early goal by Ollie Hulbert, he'll have levelled out even. Bit more equalizer way to play. Pennock kicks the ball well, just like his father, the Haverfordwest manager, Tony Pennock. Headed on by Williams. Tried to get him behind Jenkins, cut out well by Keston Davis. Ethan Kahn. Oh, big chance. Can it be one apiece? It is one apiece. The 1-2 up top, and it is a marvellous finish. A fantastic finish. I think it's Brad Gibbons, plays the 1-2. Gibbons is about 10 or 12 yards out and puts it in the back of the net. And on the 20th minute of the game, it's Barry 1, Llanelli 1. Game on, Kane.
It is game on, and we said, look, if Llanelli can just stay in it, then maybe they have a chance, but they get themselves a goal. Fair play to Terry Boyle, he's put 2 up top. They were 1 up top, the 2 have now combined. Bradley Gibbons, Ethan Can, and I think it's Tristan Jenkins as well. He's just put it on. It's a great pass from Jenkins. They've combined the 3, forward players, if you like, got more players in the game, and listen, he's took a risk, and this has come off. They've got themselves back into this game, and who knows? The
2 first touches, Can gets the first touch here is magic. Just kills his stone dead and gets his pass off. And this first touch is wonderful. And the finish, wow, what a goal that is. It's only an equaliser, but that's the type of thing Terry Boyle will be working to create for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you bang on. Like you said, the 2 first touches for the goals, excellent. Technically, really, really good. They only have to take 2 touches because the first touch is so good. So,
and that is 30 seconds after you saying the game is far from over yet, Kane. 1 apiece in the 20th minute at Barry. Danny Williams down injured. They won't want to lose Danny Williams. I think he's been involved in or on the ball most probably more than anybody so far.
Yeah, he's one of their creative players, isn't he? He's one of those 3 or 4 we just mentioned who can actually change the game for them. They're kind of trying to make it a bit resolute at the back, and they're probably going to leave those 3 or 4 lads to try and create something like they did.
Again, it changes. Cardiff Met at present would go in the top 6, and Barry would finish in 7th spot after 22 matches. This is some last 70 minutes of this 90 now. It really is. There'll be a nervy feeling around here, Kane.
Yeah, again, it's just because it happened last year,
Can. Sorry for butting in there. The 3 strikers are up there once again. Will he get the free kick? Referee says play on. I don't think this is going to be anything like any team looking for a draw, of course, because basically Llanelli want their first win for a while, and Barry are desperate for 3 points. Danny Williams struggling below us, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like he might have to come off. The game's quite stretched. It's not how Barry would want it. Ethan Can is now running behind Will Richards, and it's not where Will Richards wants to be, and there's so much space for Llanelli.
Great pass from Can, a centre forward. Edge of the box, full back Leicester. I tell you what, Williams is back on and he's making a tremendous run. That's a great recovery. I think we were counting him out 30 seconds ago. His face says he's still in some pain, but should take a back, son.
He's still grimacing, but it's great feet, and he wins the team a corner. He gets him up the pitch, but he was just literally walking backwards on the touchline out here. So I'm not sure where that came from, but
he's been tremendous so far.
Yes, really good.
Jenkins whips it across the front. Callum Sainty heads away to the edge of the box. It has been a decent reply from Barry. Could be 2 against 1 here. Ieuan Owen. Ollie Hulbert runs forward. It's 2 against 5. Owen. Intelligent play. 2 against 5. He kept the ball. Cudahy overlapping again. Overlapping Wilmot. Cronin. Corner. End to end. Unbelievable so far. We have a real good game on our hands here.
Yeah, it's a better game than I thought it'd be. Once Barry scored within a minute or 2, you think this could be, maybe 4 or 5. But Llanelli, fair play, because they could have really just folded and gone, look, this isn't for us today. But they've shown heart, and they've probably been the best side for the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Here's the key points. One of the key points, as in every game now, Premier League games, FA Cup games, Cymru Premier games, corners are king at the moment, set plays. Richards with the header at the back post, just misses the target. Rio Booth just blocking his view.
Yeah, he just done enough, Rio Booth, hasn't he? But Will Richards will think it's a chance. It's a free header at the back post, I guess, and another first contact.
Dragons versus Newcastle in Club Rugby on S4C. Some fantastic rugby matches coming up on S4C in the next few weeks, and of course the home nation soon. Ospreys against Montpellier, also in Club Rugby. Edge of the box again. Wanted the free kick, and he's picking up a lot of loose ball there, Brad Gibbons. Technically he's a great player, Gibbons. Watched him a couple of times when he was at Carmarthen. Wilmot tries to steady the play, gets it out wide. Drives inside. He's so keen to get forward, Mickey George, every time and influence the game.
Yeah, the two wing backs are getting forward, and Barry are flooding forward, but they're leaving gaps for Llanelli on the break, and Llanelli are doing the same. But Llanelli are probably happy to be in this game, for it to be a basketball game, for it to be 50-50, because they're not superior side. Barry, the superior side, should be controlling the game better and staying on the ball and keeping Llanelli pinned back.
And what we talked about, Kane, that 1-2's on again. Surely, after the first cross, I think he should have put that one in, but it's another good cross, edge of the box. Jenkins has done well every time he's had the ball. If this is a foot race, it'll be interesting. Great defending. Superb defending there at the back from Keston Davis. George. I think what we got to get over to the viewers as well, Kane, is we're looking at the Llanelli front five, the midfield we're talking about. Rio Booth is a striker, or has been. Gibbons is a striker, or has been. Jenkins, Danny Williams and Ethan Can. They got 5 strikers in their midfield.
They have, and when it's almost like a basketball game and they break that midfield line, there's chances for them, isn't there?
Just missed a couple of them results going across the front there. Bala take a 1-0 lead at Flint. TNS still 1-0 up against Colwyn Bay. Haverfordwest have gone 2 goals behind to Britain Ferry. Very, very interesting results so far, and there are goals almost in every game. Mickey George. The way this game's being played, Kane, I wouldn't mind a slight, muscle injury somewhere to give the commentators a bit of a rest. It's been crazy.
It has. It's been really fast-paced, hasn't it? Really fast. Like I said, I'm not sure who it suits best, but really fast-paced game, and I think Llanelli are enjoying it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, Tristan Jenkins and Dan Williams in the midfield. Every time they get on the ball, they're making things happen. Wilmot. Hulbert. Cudahy. Absolutely bombing down the left-hand side. Will he put it in early? There's only one in there at the moment. Barry's midfield not flying forward like Llanelli's are when they're going forward. What a switch of play that is. And the left wing back is nowhere to be seen. Gibbons drives forward. Gibbons, does he get the shot off? Gets the corner.
I've watched Barry a number of times this season. I've never seen him this stretched. And it can happen when you're nervous and you're kind of anxious and you want it so bad, if you like. But the kind of how open the game is strange, because they're so disciplined normally. And Llanelli are finding spaces on the counter-attack. 2 passes and they're into the box.
Well, Boyle's pre-match interview said, I want to see my players enjoy themselves. I think they're enjoying themselves in the last 15 minutes at least. Jenkins whips it in. Beat everybody in there. There's the man he would have been looking for, Sean Cronin. Parry whips it across. Headed away, Ollie Hulbert. Every player back for Barry. Smashed across by Sam Parsons. Gibbons on the ball. Jenkins and Gibbons out wide. Thought it was another corner. It's kept in. Big chance here. Flashed across the front. Will it go behind? It's 28 minutes, Kane, on the clock. 28 minutes on the clock. A lot of people before the start of this game said home banker. Everybody at the ground now, and every Barry player, I think, will realise they're in a big game here.
They are in a game. And like I said, it's fair play to Llanelli, because they've come here and not just laid down, and they could easily have, after going 1-0 down so early, but they've got a goal back, but actually played well. And, they're on the front foot, they're getting set pieces, they're in the box.
Jenkins. Sainty again. One thing I think he could do, Llanelli, is get somebody just stood on the big man, Callum Sainty's toes when them corners are coming across us, because that's 2 free headers he's had now from set plays. Richards. Wilmot. When Barry get it, it's a bit more of a steadier build-up. When Llanelli get it, it's a helpful level and let's get forward.
This is what Barry need to do. They need to switch play and stay on the ball, and They don't have to score with every attack. They just need to be patient, and as long as the game is open, it probably suits Llanelli. It keeps them in the game. But if you control it and just keep them pinned back, you know, it's going to be tough for them to get out. So that was better from Robbie Wilmot and Elliot Richards, just putting their foot on the ball.
Yeah,
and
steadying the ship.
Steadying it, yeah, just calming them down. It's it's high pressure, I guess, and they'll feel it.
Wilmot again. Look, are they going man? I think they're trying to go man to man in there. Yeah, it looks like they're going man for man, Llanelli. Will Richards, I think he's just, or was it Ben Margus, and he's been amongst the goals of late. Williams, brilliant touch again. Khan said earlier on he can run for fun. Ethan Khan. Richards, Wilmot, Ian Owen taking a wide berth out on the left hand side. Owen, great ball in, and it's well cut out by Cronin. It's important, that one, Kane.
Great defending, great defending. Defended his near post. Ollie Holbert was lurking in the background, but really good defending. He's leading this back four at the minute and trying to get him at the pitch. He's done well.
Richards, Owen. Robbie Wilmot just seems to take up that slot on the left-hand side of midfield. He drifts in when he needs to. He's always finding the ball in space, as is shown there. Good player, always looking for space.
Yeah, this is the game Barry should be playing. You know, they should be playing in their half and controlling the game.
Sainty. Oh! That is a saint of a goal. Callum Sainty. It's a wonderful build-up from Barry. We said, or you said, a bit more steadiness, a precise pass through the middle. His first touch is magic, and he half volleys it into the back of the net. Callum Sainty makes it 2-1 for Barry.
Yeah, Sainty's back into the goals. He's scored a few this season now, and it's a great first touch, great ball. Difficult one to deal with, and by way, the finish. Half volley into the top corner. Great ball by Robbie Wilmot. They need him on the ball more, but what a finish, by the way. Pennock gets a touch but can't keep it out. Probably see it better from this angle, but it's a great first touch away from
Plays
Leicester.
his second touch well, you know.
Absolutely.
Because he's almost going to trip over the ball.
Absolutely.
And he has the ability just to edge it again. Watch his second touch. First one's great, and he just flicks it to the side with his second touch.
Yeah, well, watch there, Joe. That's a great second touch. You're right. He's just got it out of his feet. And then, listen, the finish is fantastic.
That is some delicate play for usually a 6'5" centre half. That is a brilliant goal. What a goal. Barry 2, Llanelli 1. The goals are flying in at Jenner Park, and we have a wonderful game of football on our hands. Jenkins, edge of the box, gets the shot off. Blocked by Keston Davis. Down below us, I'm looking at the dugout of Steve Jenkins, and he is going berserk. Colwyn Bay. No, I think they'll be safe, Colwyn Bay, with their plus of goals. It'd have to be a 6-goal difference. So I would say, looking at that league, just to help the viewers, it looks like they're in the top 6, Colwyn Bay.
Yeah, I think it's on this game and the Cardiff Met game, isn't it? We didn't think, especially after a minute or two, that this game had much on it, but now it does, because Llanelli have given us something. But Callum Sainty's given them a lead again and given them that the 5th place now. 5th place spot at the moment. They've just jumped above Colwyn Bay.
You know, you have to have luck sometimes when you're in these positions. And, you know, from the Llanelli point of view, you know, Callum Sainty's usually played centre-half most of the season, and he pushes up into midfield and scores a goal like that. And Wilmot bends one in from 23 or 4 yards, and it just inches over the bar. He's got a smile on his face. He'd have been a lot happier if that was a couple of inches lower.
Yeah, great technique, isn't it? It's a rolling ball, and he's whipped it, and it's probably inches over the bar. It's a great effort from Robbie Wilmot. And listen, every time he gets on the ball, it seems as though Barry seems a little bit more calm, or there's a little bit more quality in the play, and he's the one who will, you know, potentially win this game for them if he's on the ball more often than not.
Wilmot, he's got an assist to his hands already. Barry 2, Llanelli 1 in the 33rd minute of a top 6 decider, shall we call it. Barry missed out last season getting in the top 6, and for the viewers, just to know, if you're in the top 6, you're guaranteed a European playoff spot at the end of the season, which means so much to these clubs. It's almost a part-time cup final this tonight.
Oh, it is. They're massive, aren't they? This game is completely changes your season, really, or how you finish in this phase one period. So, you know, there will be a lot of pressure on Barry. So we'd be saying, you know, they haven't played great and it's been an open game, but it's understandable, you know, there's so much on it.
And they're 2-1 ahead. And we write stats down, commentators, for these games. I haven't even opened the page, Kane. It's been that end to end and that much action in both penalty areas. Owen picks up that space, trying to put Hulbert in behind. Again, just trying to go through the wall, the defensive wall. It's a top six again. Cudahy, good defensive play by Sam Parsons again down the right-hand side. That is tight. That is tight. Carnarvon just out of that. Carnarvon playing at home tonight, the Connors Quay. They've just gone off the ball a little bit. I thought tonight with their lineup they had and a couple of new signings, the Connors Quay are leading the way at the moment, chasing TNS down.
Connors Quay are flying, aren't they? You know, they're making it a title race. You know, they've made it a title race, not TNS. They have made a title race by winning plenty of games, and they're winning again tonight.
Wilmot stands up to the back post, could be. Oh, it's 3-1 from being 1-1 10 minutes ago. Barry have pushed on. They've gone up to a higher gear, and Ian Owen gets one on the far post. It's 3-1 to Barry, and in a spate of 5 minutes, the game's changed completely.
Absolutely. Robbie Wilmot on the ball again. He's in the channel this time, and it's one of the best balls you'll see all season. He looks up, he sees Ian Owen making a run to the back post, and he just dinks it there. Can't miss. Great header from Ian Owen. Like I said, centre forwards need to be in the right position, and he is. But what a ball this is. Yeah, sees him far post, and it's a great ball.
Wilmot has added a bit of class to the game, which he signed for. Yeah, Robbie Wilmot, like you said, Luton Town, Newport County, plenty of league football in his belt, and he's just adding that bit of class, which is just making a difference between the two sides at the moment.
If he's on the ball more often than not, especially in the final third, they'll win games of football. You know, he's such a creative and clever player. He knows where the centre forwards want the ball. He knows where the runs are coming and how they're coming, and you know, he puts the ball on a plate for people, and he's got 2 assists already this game. And
I think you could just see Steve Jenkins then. He is relieved. He is relieved of the way his team have got this 2-goal advantage, and I think he knows the way the game was being played, you need a 2-goal advantage. Yeah,
definitely. Knowing Steve Jenkins, he won't be happy with his performance, that's for sure. He'll be getting into him at half-time because they haven't controlled the game. But inside, he'll be really pleased because this, you know, it's a potential banana skin. They had nothing really to gain, if you like, in terms of everybody expects them to win this game. So if they don't, they lose, you know. So it's a tough one, isn't it? You have to win the game, and they are winning it. So he'll be pleased with that.
And I think they'll just be looking to get Wilmot on it again and again now. He's come off that left-hand flank because the ground he's gaining in the middle, where there are 5 forwards from Llanelli, and his midfield experience is just playing in the right spots.
Yeah, Steve Jenkins, he's going crazy at Owen Cudahy for not keeping the ball. He just wants the team to make it an easier day for themselves, you know, instead of... It's great for us. It's great for us to watch because it's back and forth, but I think Steve Jenkins would prefer a boring game, you know, where Barry just keep the ball and don't allow Llanelli to counter-attack.
Sainty. Mickey George. A couple of words we can hear from the sideline from Terry Boyle and Jenkins. Plenty of experience. Both brilliant professional footballers themselves. Gibbons works hard. Llanelli were enjoying the frantic side of the game, the end-to-end side of the game. Wilmot has just taken the sting out of it a bit, and he's made him more of his own football tempo, shall we say.
Yeah, I think it's just that experience, which we talked about, you know, at the start of the game. And Llanelli probably don't have enough of it in terms of players who just understand the game situation. So the game needed just a calm head and just to keep the ball. And Robbie's completely given that to Barrytown United. Llanelli probably don't have that quality, unfortunately, but also don't have that experienced leader who understands what needs to happen in the game.
Big centre half gets it back to the goalkeeper, Pennock. Pennock's first touch is a good touch. Gets it out to Leicester. Leicester inside. Parry. Mickey George trying to put that ball in behind. It's not a bad ball. Cronin tries to play it back, but it's just behind him. Lurking again was Ollie Hulbert, looking for goals.
He's done quite well, Cronin. It's been difficult because he's got two young flyers, around him who are trying to run in behind him and run beside him every single time. It's obviously what an older centre-half would hate, but he's actually done okay, He's put his body on the line and he's chased them as well. He's given as good as he's got.
Hopkins, that's a great ball to Can. You'll try and get it, Ben Magason. Can cuts inside, trying to get that shot. He gets a shot off. Not enough venom on the shot. One thing's for certain, if Terry Boyle, he'll have words to say at half-time, but I don't think he can ask for more effort than his team have given. When you start as a new manager, you're looking for what you can get from your players. Obviously, given the 3 goals away is a massive disappointment, but I think the attitude will be a plus.
Yeah, definitely. I think if Terry Boyle would have, looked at this game and saw that his team had maybe 3 or 4 shots on target in the first half, he wouldn't have believed his luck, really. He would have taken that at the start of the game. There's another chance here for Ethan Can in the box.
Can. Edge of the box, Tristan Jenkins, can he get his shot off? Can on the edge again, gets his shot off, he hits the post, beats the goalkeeper. Whether the goalkeeper was smart enough to let that go past him, we'll see in the replay. But Can went to go near post, and he's hit the post.
Yeah, it's another chance for Llanelli, and they've had, they're getting so many touches in the box. It is so unlike Barry Town United, They've kept so many clean sheets this season. I think George Radcliffe's seen that off. We
might have to get another angle on the camera.
Yeah, he knows it's going wide, but again, it's just not like them. But like I said, it is a game where they've just got to win. They're probably not really focused on performance too much, players, but Llanelli, like you said, would be pleased with how they've played, but they've conceded 3.
It's been their problem. It's been their problem. That's why they've conceded most goals in the league this season. That's why they're at the bottom of the table. But their effort in the shirt has been superb. Free kick. It'll be an added bonus now. Will they be able to get a goal just before half-time? Barry currently 3-1 ahead. Richards. Hopkins makes the intervention. Wilmot slows it down and Ratcliffe goes wide looking for Mickey George. Ball goes over his head. Parry. Danny Williams gets it back to Parry. James Parry. Can. Williams. Joe Hopkins forward. Not the right ball from Gibbons. Both teams still trying to play, Kane. Nobody, Barry 3-1 ahead just before half-time, trying to pass the way out. I don't think Jenkins is happy. I think he'd just see him go long and clear their lines before half-time now.
100%. It's just controlling the game and understanding the game situation. I think at 3-1, Barry probably feel like they're comfortable, but we know that one goal can just change this and make it difficult like it did earlier on in the game. So
Owen sprints forward. You get his team a corner. There's a hard work ethic again from the youngster.
Yeah, you're right, John. They've just got to control the game. They've just got to control the game, play in the right areas and see it out, just see the result out, and think of the result rather than maybe the performance at the moment.
Wilmot, the set piece king for Barry. The short is on. Nobody's picked him up. He could take a touch and maybe get a shot on here, but he whips across in early. It was a superb cross, by the way. Smart play from Barry on the set play. I think Llanelli had just knocked off then, and Mickey George tried to take advantage of it.
Yeah, he's been sharp, hasn't he, Mikey George? He's been, on the front foot, putting some good deliveries. Obviously, one for the goal at the start of the game.
Yeah, I think you look around the Cymru Premier League at present, and there's not many better right backs than George. He's alert, he's physical, he's had a great season. Yeah,
he's improved so much over the years. He's become definitely, like you said, one of the best right wing backs, especially in the league. And he's solid. He gives you everything you need from a right wing back.
Trying to close the ball down. Richards puts it behind for a corner. Tristan Jenkins to take the corner. What a time for the bottom of the league club to get their second goal this could be. Put the game back almost in the balance. It's a big 30 seconds or so coming up here. Jenkins with the corner. Whips it across the front, edge of the box. Elliot Richards does his job. Jenkins puts it back in. The flick is from Booth or Hopkins. It goes behind, and I don't think there'll be any rush from George Ratcliffe. 2 added minutes. There is a goal of the month competition at half time, so don't go away. Dylan Ebenezer and Shauna David will be with you at half time. Sainty. Again, the two strikers putting pressure on the Llanelli defenders. George, Hulbert, full of running. Elliot Richards. What a ball that is. Can he keep it in? Cudahy, his first touch doesn't keep it in. But again, Elliot Richards and Wilmot are probing. And when you experience Football League players the age they are, 35 and 34, and you've got 4 players in front of you, Cudahy, George, Owen, Hulbert, you could pick holes, Kane, and they're picking holes.
Yeah, they've got a great range of passing, the 2 midfielders you just spoke about, Elliot Richards and Robbie Wilmot. But what they've also got is 4 players in front of them who will just catch pigeons. So they've got Mikey George, Owen Cudahy, and the 2 strikers who can run. So it's a dream for them, really, isn't it? Just picking passes from, if they get time and space, if they control the game properly.
Leicester goes back to his goalkeeper, Pennock. Pennock with a pinpoint pass out to Parry. Parry gets the ball out of his feet, tries to knock Can down the wing. Richards comes across and is a good cover for Margerson. Margerson back to Richards. Well, it may be the last game of the first phase, but I would say in an entertaining manner, it's definitely been one of the best games of the first phase.
Yeah, definitely goals and loads of chances as well as the goals. And 2 good sides, it looks like, doesn't it, today?
There is the half-time whistle. The referee blows the whistle after 45 minutes. 3 goals from Ollie Hulbert, Ian Owen and Callum Sainty give Barrytown a 3-1 advantage over Llanelli. We look forward to seeing you in the second half. From myself, Mark Jones, and Kane McLagan.
Nick, diolch yn fawr iawn. Wel, am hanner cyntaf ni wedi cael fan hyn, bydd y Bari dipyn hapusach. Dewch i ni weld beth arall sydd wedi bod yn digwydd. Goliau'n hedfan mewn, ond y goliau'n hedfan mewn yn y munudau cyntaf. Fel wedodd Nick, sgoriodd y bala ar ôl 9 eiliad yn y Flint. Pwynt oedd yn gwahanu nhw gyda llaw cyn hyn. Mendes ar ôl 9 eiliad. Mae Cameron Ferguson, mab Big Dunk, wedi cael 2 i'r bala erbyn hyn. Mae'n 2 i ddim yn honna. Tu ar brig wedyn ni, mae'r Seintiau newydd ar y blaen o gol i ddim. Jordan Williams yn cael ei ddon ar ôl 2 funud yn unig, ac bod Ceicona wedi mynd ar y blaen, maen nhw'n gyfartal nawr. Bradley'n rhoi Ceicona ar y blaen, Phil Mooney'n tar yn ôl i Gaernarfon. Digon yn digwydd bob man. Llansawel yn Hwlffordd, maen nhw wedi taro tair. Goliau'n hedfan mewn, a Met ar y blaen ym Mhen y Bont, ond ddim yn ddigon ar ôl gweld beth sy'n digwydd fan hyn. Ddim yn ddigon ar hyn o bryd, a byddai'n dipyn o sioc tas y pethau yn newid. Y gwahaniaeth goliau na o bosib rhwng Met a Bai Colwyn, a dyna fydd y gwahaniaeth, ond 3 clwb yn gyfartal ar 30 o bwyntiau. ond gwahaniaeth goliau yn sicrhau mae Barry a Bai Colwyn sydd na ar hyn o bryd. Ni wedi bod yn rhestru'r goliau i chi. Amser nawr i ni weld mwy o goliau wrth ni edrych nôl ar rhestr fer gol y mis. Dyma nhw i chi.
Ori Shepherd. Ymdrech o... Anhygoel gan Corey Shepherd! Jake Morris a'n bas dreifgar. Yn dod o hyd i Ffwmpa Mwandwyn fan hyn yn y cwrt Cosby. Ergyd i'r gornel! Ffwmpa Mwandwyn yn gorffen yn hyfryd o fyna.
Jenkins yn dwy'n y bel. Ac yn dwy'n y bel am yr eildro. Mae'n codi ben, di ddim yn mynd i. O, mae wedi! Yr ergyd i gefn yr hwyd gan Amy Jenkins. Mahmood, sy'n ei le ar ymyl y cwrt. Mariam Mahmood yn rhwydo, mae Wrexham yn gyfartal.
Y cyffyrddiad gorau gan Will Richards, na chwaith Keston Davies, James Kroll, o! Mi oedd yr ergyd yn wefreiddiol gan James Kroll.
Dyma Jake Canavan. Daniel Davies ar yr ochr bellach, Canavan Bale yn digon edrych am Elliot Reeves, rheolaeth da! O, dyna chi gol, campus gan Elliot Reeves.
Wilmot mewn i'r coridor yn sicrwydd yna ac yna am gol acrobataidd gan Ben Magidson, gwych gan y Barry.
Yn ôl y dawi at Aaron Edwards yn cyflymu gam Edwards yn dal i fynd, mae'n disgyn i Cumming! Oh, Jamie Cumming! Diolch yn sgorio goliau hawdd.
West yn dwy'n y bel. Ac yn mynd i hun Callum West. Drive setting o amgylch y golwr! Fe ddwnsio fo, heibio i amddiffynwyr y Seintiau Newydd.
A mae Mac Jones, Jonah yn cadw cwmni i fi nawr. Jonah, right, you've been given the very important task of picking the winner of this month's Goal of the Month. So, who gets it?
I award it to Callum West. What a brilliant competition, and it had to be a brilliant goal to win it. There were some fantastic goals in it, but Callum West is the winner.
We can just see it here now, Jonah, and I mean, yeah, I was speaking to you earlier and you called him messy, didn't you?
Well, it is a messy goal. It's a messy goal for the people playing against him, but that is absolute class. Like I said, there were some brilliant goals. That's one of the best goals I've seen in the Cymru Premier League. Individual, 19-year-old lad, first touches in his own half, and he goes and produces that. That's Goal of the Month.
Goal of the Month, and what a month the club are having as well. And Jonah, what a game we've got on our hands here. Barry winning by 3 goals to 1. What a start it was to them, but also just how open this game has been.
Oh, it's a fantastic game. I've got Kane McLagan co-commentating with me. I think he's having to sit down at half-time. He doesn't do this very often, but it's been fantastic. End to end, it's been a fantastic game to watch. The goals have been fantastic.
Well, an early goal for Barry Town. We can see it now. It was the perfect start for Steve Jenkins' side. And I mean, what a run and what a cross this was by George.
I said I watched games, this season. You watched Championship games on the television. You watched Premier games. That's a Premier class cross, and the finish is it's a present. It's a Christmas present from the right back to the centre forward.
And then a bit of a surprise then with Llanelli equalising. You could kind of see Steve Jenkins starting to worry a little bit.
Oh, but look at the first touches. It's a brilliant first touch here. His pass is brilliant. His first touch and his finish, absolutely fantastic. Great reply from Llanelli, and they're right in the game at one apiece.
Callum Sainty and then Ollie Hulbert then getting the other 2 goals for Barry Town, Jonah. And I've got to say, after conceding that equaliser, they look like a team that know what they need to do. They know the job that they need to do tonight to secure that top 6.
Yeah, both goals again were absolutely fantastic. Sainty is a centre half. He scores a cultured goal, and the last goal is a brilliant cross from Wilmot. I think Wilmot and Elliot Richards in midfield now the 34-year-olds are just getting a bit of slow down a bit. Take that franticness out of the game, and they've created the last 2 goals which have given Barry the advantage, and I think they'll be key in the second half again.
They will indeed. Well, Jonah, I will let you get back up to the commentary position, climb up that ladder, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Sianed.
Wel, cofiwch, allwch chi weld yr holl uchafbwyntiau o heno o'r cyfnod cyn yr holl yr uchafbwyntiau o Uwchgyngor Cymru nos yfory am 5 munud wedi 10 ar S4C. Ond allwn ni fynd nôl nawr at Dylan Ebenezer.
Sianed, diolch yn fawr iawn. Ble fyddwn ni arni erbyn yr uchafbwyntiau? Dwi'n cael cwmni y ddau o'r bonheddig yma, achos ni se rhoi teyrnged i'r bonheddig arall. Newyddion trist wythnos diwetha am farwolaeth Terry Orath yn 75 mlwydd oed, cyn gapten, cyn reolwr Cymru. Un di bod yn y garfan gyda fe, un di gwylio fe o'r teras fel cefnogwr a sylwebu ar ei gemau. Neu ddechrau am Malcolm, oedd yno yng Ngharfan Cymru yn ystod cyfnod Terry Orath. Newyddion trist yn amlwg, ond mae'r teyrngedau wedi dweud llawer am Terry Orath.
Ac yn hollol heddiannol, methiant ella, nathon ni o dan Terry, enwedig yn y gem Romania na. Cyd-digwyddiad ella, gem ola fo, gem ola fi, fel chwaraewr hefyd, ond oedd o'n gymeriad ac hanner. Dwi'n cofio'r croeso cynnas gysi fel chwaraewr am y tro gyntaf, cael yng ngalw i fewn gan y fo. O'n i wedi cael capiau gyntaf dan Mike England wedyn, o Terry Orath gymryd drosodd wedyn. O'n i'n dod i fewn i ser o Mark Hughes yn Russia pob, a dyma fo'n deitha pob, gwndwch 10 o gloch yn bora, pawb ar y bws i fynd i ymarfer. Fi lawr, 5 munud i 10, mynd ar y bws, pawb yn ambarod. Fo, yn y tu blaen, yn deud, ti'n hwyr. Na 10 medda fi, na ti'n hwyr am groeso cynnas. Oedd wedi deitha lle 9:45. Oedd y sen mae gyd a fi cyrraedd trwy'r post a ben yn hyn. Felly oedd o'n creu ysbryd a wyrgylch o gwmpas y lle. Oedd o ddim yn tynnu sylw at ei hun. Oedd o'n ddyn efo i draed ar y ddaear, ond oedd o'n ddyn onast.
Wedi cael cyfnodau anodd iawn yn ei fywyd, neu colli fab Daniel, mor ifanc, mor greulon, oedd e'n rhan o hyfforddi gyda Bradford pan oedd y tân yno hefyd, a wedi cael cyfnodau anodd fel chwaraewr a rheolwr gyda Cymru, ond eto mae'r cariad allan yno tuag ato fe. Be mae hwnna'n dweud amdano fe?
Wel, yn y dyddiau pan nad oedd neb yn disgwyl dim gan Gymru, oedden ni'n chwilio am arwyr. Heddiw, fydde fe'n cael ei feirniadu, wel sut allai fod yn arwyr diom di ennill dim byd. Ond o'n i ar y teras yn Anfield, pan oedd y poteli yn cael ei taflu gan Albanwyr meddw a gwylio tad bedydd Gabi Logan i fet o Joe Jordan yn llawio'r bel na. O'n i'n Nghaerdydd pan fethodd Terry Orath y gicor smotyn i hun pan fethodd Cymru a Chera Iwgoslafia a wedyn y gêm na yn erbyn Romania ar y cae ras a Bodin yn methu cico smotyn. Ond be oedd yn ddiddorol iawn, nath Terry Orath ddim beirniadu Bodin. Wel, ar un Neville Southall, fod ar fai i gol George Hargy, meddai fo. Ond wrth gwrs, yr ergyd na Nghaerdydd yn gwneud y noson honno yn cael ei chofio am reswm cwbl wahanol. Ond, gwall melyn na fod yn bref hat ni'n de.
Ie, yn iconic yn amlwg hefyd. Y cenedlaeth fi fel cefnogwr hefyd, Mark, er bod ni ddim wedi cyrraedd y prif gystadlaethau, fel nes ti wedi gair antur fi'n credu, mi oedd hi'n dipyn o antur yng nghyfnod Terry Orath.
Does am cwestiwn amdano fo. Un peth amdano fo Peter Steves, oedden nhw'n gweddu gilydd. Oedd un yn siarad gormod Peter Steves a Terry ddim illan siarad digon. Ond pan oedd o'n dod i mewn, oedd ei byd bach wahanol i rheolwyr eraill wedi bod o dan dros yng ngyrfa fi. Oedd dod i mewn a jyst un cyfrifoldeb i chwaraewr. Oedd o'n gwybod oedd y gallu ar ansawdd ganddyn nhw un, Rush Mark Hughes, Dean Saunders a chwaraewyr fel un. Ond oedd o'n dweud un peth wrth nhw gyd, cyfrifoldeb chdi di hyn heddiw. Os ti'n marcio rhywun yn amddiffynwr neu os ti'n flaenwr, hei, hyn di swydd chdi, just na siwr pan ti'n cael y siawns i ergyd bob tro gymryd o. Byth troi o lawr, troedd chwyd neu dde. Bydda bach oedd yn hongian ar. Peter Steves, oedd yn siarad gormod, neb yn cymryd sylw, ond efo Terry Orath, go iawn, oedd o'n hollol onest yn ei eiria, ond oedd o'n benderfynol o ffordd oedd o'n deitha chdi hefyd. Oedd o'n mynnu yr agwedd na gyda fo fel chwaraewr allan i chdi ar y cae a gadael bob un owns o egni gyda chdi na.
Malcolm yn debyg i Peter Steves weithio, Nick.
Un yn siarad gormod, un yn mynd digon.
Diolch o galon am rhannu'r atgofion hyfryd na. Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi gwerthfawrogi hynny yn fawr. Nick a Malcolm yn cofio Terry Orath. Fan nhw'n mynd ôl i'r pwynt sylwebu. Wrth i ni gofio Terry Orath hefyd. Yn amlwg, pawb a sgorio S4C yn cyd-yn-bryn, ond fawr gyda'i deulu a'i ffrindau. Tipyn o arwr, di'n gadael ni yn 75 mlwydd oed. Ie, yr llun A dylweddau iconic, y crysau iconic na wrth gwrs gan Terry Orath. A mae yna rygbi ar y ffordd. Penwythnos prysur arall o ran rygbi, nos Sadwn, mae hon y gweilch. Ble fydden nhw arni gymaint o sôn am ddyfodol y gweilch ar hyn o bryd yn dos beth fydd eu tynged nhw ar y cae nos Sadwn yn erbyn Montpellier. Na'r cwestiwn mawr. A ni'n mynd ôl at Sioned nesa. Mwy o ymateb, neu jyst mwy o sgyrsiau o Barc Jenner, ein o gymeriadau Parc Jenner sydd gyda hi.
Ie, i fi yng Nghymru rhywun sydd wedi bod yn rhan anatod o stori'r Barry dros yr 11 mlynedd diwetha. Damien Flynn, the head of Barry Town's academy, but that journey is about to come to an end because you've just announced after 11 years you're stepping down. First question, why and why now?
I think, you know, I've been here through the highs, the lows and the in-betweens, and we've achieved some fantastic things at the club, being that of, you know, Welsh Premier League title, well, being that of competing in the Welsh Premier League and being a part of over 450 games at the club, qualifying for Europe, seeing the academy grow from strength to strength, and I feel now it's time, and there needs to be new energy, new freshness into the academy, new ideas, and someone that can grab the torch and run with it.
Yeah, like you said, so many highlights that you just reeled off, involved in over 450 games on the pitch. But how proud are you of everything that's happened off it and the structure that you've managed to build within the academy?
Yeah, really proud, but it's not just been me. It's been many different people that have contributed massively to the progress of the academy. But really proud of the structure and what we've achieved. You know, we've gone from, we were training 1 day a week across one site with our 9s through to 16s, and now we're 8s through to 19s. We're training 3 days a week with some age groups across 3 sites with over 180 players and 25 members of staff. So it's been huge growth, and I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, I can certainly imagine that you are. And just quickly, you know, what's next for you now, Damien? What challenge awaits?
Yeah, well, I think for me now it's probably a year out of the game for a minute, and I'm going to solely focus on my coach education, which I got a big passion in, and doing a lot of work with the FAW at the moment and the University of South Wales. So I'm going to have a year out. I got some great news from a personal point of view coming, so I think a year out is the right thing to do, and reflect on my journey, my time at the club, and I'll always be a big fan, big supporter, and yeah, that's the next step.
Well, Damien, we really appreciate your time this evening, and best of luck with whatever's to come next. Thank you.
Thank you.
Diolch iddo fe am y sgwrs, diolch I Sioned. Hefyd, dyma Leni Arni. Felly, ar hyn o bryd, mae'r Barry yn gwneud yr hyn oedd angen i'w wneud. Maen nhw'n ennill y 2 gol 1, sy'n golygu bod nhw'n sicrhau lle yn yr hanner uchan. Chi'n gwybod be? Gwahaniaeth goliau yn unig sy'n gwahanu pawb ar hyn o bryd, gyda Bai Colwyn yn colli yn erbyn y Seintiau Newydd. A hefyd Met Caerdydd yn ennill yn erbyn Pen y Bont. Mae Met, y Barry, Bai Colwyn I gyd yn gyfartal rhan pwyntiau, yn gwahaniaeth goliau yn golygu mae'r Barry a'r Bai ar hyn o bryd sydd yn yr hanner ucha, a bydd rhaid I bethau newid yn syfrdanol o ran goliau. I hynny newid hefyd, tu ar brig, 4 pwynt o ddymantes, y Seintiau yn mynd I ymestyn I Mantes, fel mae pethau'n sefyll ar hyn o bryd. Ceicona sy'n ail yn gyfartal yn erbyn Carnarfon, a lawr ar y gwylod gwael wedyn ni, y Balan ennill yn erbyn Fflint, pwynt oedd yn gwahanu nhw ar ddechrau'r noson, Llansawel yn neud yn wych yn Hwlffordd. Gymaint yn digwydd. Dim drama hyd yn hyn, a fydd hynny newid. Nôl â ni felly ar gyfer yr ail hanner, at ein tîm y sylwebu ni.
Welcome back to Jenner Park, where all the fans have enjoyed a frantic first half, and the 2 ladies wrapped up there looking happy because I know they are very staunch Barry Town supporters. Through all winds and weathers, they're always here, and they'll be happy at the moment. It's Barry 3, Llanelli 1. And even the ball boys are looking forward to the action for the second half. Alongside me still, Kane McLagan. Kane, can we have a replica of the first half, please?
Well, it's a cold night, but they kept us warm, didn't they, with the performance, both teams in the first half. And yeah, let's hope for more of the same. A couple of goals and loads of goal-mouth incidents. It was a really fast-flowing first half, so let's hope for the same in the second.
Team talk from Terry Orath on your debut coming back. Not his debut as a manager, obviously, with his experience, but you know, he's at his first evening, his first 45 minutes with Llanelli. Your opinion, Kane?
I think you'll be pleased with the performance. You know, they're a team that are bottom of the league, and struggling for wins and probably not being competitive in a lot of games. They were competitive in that half, no doubt. And at 1-1, 30 minutes gone, Terry Boyle would have been really pleased. So, yeah, performance-wise, pleased. He'd be upset that they've conceded 3 cheap goals. But
Hopkins gets a shot off. Oh, just goes.
Just as we've seen there, they've been competitive. They've had shots on target. They've really troubled Barry Town United. And I think it was quite an even first half, actually. And they're probably unlucky to be definitely 2 goals behind, but maybe, a goal behind. So, yeah, you'll be pleased with it.
Well, this shot here gets some sort of deflection. It just keeps it out by the look of it from maybe going in. Just goes wide of the goal. The next goal is vital in this game with a 2-goal advantage. But I was even speaking to some Barry supporters at half-time, and they're surprised that, with the way that Llanelli have attacked this game. It's made for great viewing, though. Jenkins. It's good defending from George. Put back in the mix as the offside flag goes up from the linesman. I don't think we've seen many of them in this game so far. Ratcliffe fancies Ian Owen on a 1-on-1.
Yeah, that's been Barry, even in the first half. I know George wants to get the game going, but just giving the ball away cheaply, there's no need, really.
Not a 3-1.
3-1 up in the game, They need to control the game. They don't need to go and score 4 and 5. They just need to control it and, probe and hope something drops maybe later on in the half, But whilst they do that and give the ball away, they're giving Llanelli territory and set pieces and ultimately chances.
Well, it may not be a great crowd here so far this evening. Well, they're missing the game, but they're not everybody's missing it. The Llanelli chairman's been on the phone from Qatar saying he's watching the game out there. And there's a couple of supporters, Barry Town supporters, over in Tenerife have texted us to say they're watching the game as well.
Yeah, it's a global game now, isn't it, Joan?
Hey, Scorio's a global game. Jenkins. It's a great corner, it's a great punch from Ratcliffe. It's exactly what you want your goalkeeper to do. And who's first to the ball? Who else? But the pocket striker, who's a workaholic in that number 9 shirt.
Yeah, he's great to watch, isn't he? He's always on the move, and like we said, he's brave. He tries, he fights with the big defenders, and he holds the ball up well there and gets Barry. Keston Davis gets fouled, but he wins really the possession and the free kick.
Do you see the likes of Ian Owen, if he keeps on scoring goals like he is, starting to interest people?
I really do, yeah. Even before he was scoring goals last season, and he was probably more of an impact player last season, I just think he's everything you need as a striker. He's got all the tools. He works really hard. He can score a goal. People will say about his size, but listen, he jumps 6 foot, and he's got the heart of a 6'7" person. So yeah, I think he's got all the qualities and all the chances to maybe go and play at a higher level one day.
Ball's just gone out of play on Jenkins with all his managerial experience and playing experience. He's slowing it down. He's just telling his centre half, Keston Davis, to take your time. I think in the first period we would have had about 3 touches in the time he's taken that one. Flicked inside, Owen. Cudahy. Davis. Owen down the left flank. Great ball across. Flashed across the front, nobody on the back post. Some interesting results so far this evening. The big result most probably at present is 1 apiece. Connors Quay and Carnarvon. Connors Quay chasing TNS. TNS are 1-0 ahead. Penabont 1-0 down to Cardiff Met, who still have hopes of Llanelli performing a miracle in the second half.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big result in the title race, I guess, isn't it? With Connors Quay trying to keep pressure on TNS.
Sorry, Kane. Wayne Jones in view there, who has managed Haverfordwest in this league. Great competitor, Wayne. As much as Wilmot's passes have been key to the goals, Elliot Richards has been steady as well. You did talk about him, we talked about their age, but you did mention how steady he is on the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure Elliot's given the ball away in the game yet, but he hasn't been on it enough. That's the problem. But every time he's had it, he's looked calm. He's won free kicks and he's kept it and probed and played forward. He's been really good. Robbie's probably been more of a creative force, but Elliot's been great on the ball.
He's a retainer, is he, Elliot?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Just gets it, gives it, plays it simple, but he also has quality as well.
Richards. Oh, it's a 1-2. He's got to be clear. Oh, he's the centre forward's on it. He's strolled in and gets his second goal. His pace off the mark is electric. His finishing is not that bad either at the moment. Ian Owen most probably gets a goal that'll seal the game. Still with 40 minutes left though. But it's Barry 4, Llanelli Town 1.
Yeah, it's Ian Owen again. He's just Johnny on the spot. So once the defenders make a mistake or just switch off for a little bit, he switches on. I think James Lester just takes his eye off the ball a little moment and he just robs him, nicks in front of him, and then there's only one outcome, goal.
Yeah. It's a sloppy goal, the first sloppy goal given against him. It goes back from the captain looking for the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper doesn't come out. Leicester doesn't see Owen approaching from his right hand side. And where's the finish? Back of the net with a player full of confidence at the moment, Kane.
Yeah, he's just living in defenders' pockets, if you know what I mean. They can't quite see him, and they know that if you switch off, he's probably going to be there, and you just close your eyes and pray that he's not. But he is there this time. And listen, every time he's in front of goal now, he looks as though he's going to score. I think that's the difference now with Ian Owen.
Substitution being made there. James Parry coming off. And the substitute, Jamie Baker comes on. Baker for Parry. Tell you, Boyle saying he's made the substitute. Baker's more of an out-and-out centre-half, I think. So I think he'll play alongside Sean Cronin. But that early goal could put the contest to rest. Or can Llanelli provide a miracle?
I think it should settle Barry, and now they should be really comfortable and thinking, right, we can kind of enjoy this last half an hour. We've probably sealed our top six spot, maybe getting fifth, and they can enjoy it and just kind of write the first half off, because performance-wise they won't be happy with it, but result-wise they'll be really pleased.
Yeah, it's a strange one, Kane, because, you ask anybody tomorrow this game at the moment, if it were to finish now at 4-1, you'll say 4-1 to Barry, and everybody will say predictable. It wasn't predictable in the first 45 minutes.
No, exactly, and I'm sure Steve Jenkins, I know exactly what he's like. He'll say at the end of the game, he'll be really unhappy with the performance. I'm sure in his post-match interview he'll probably tell you the same, that the first half wasn't acceptable. But listen, they've got the job done, and they've done that this season enough time to get in the top six.
I think he'll accept 4-1, by the way. Even Jenks. The crowd now starting to sing a few songs. I think they know they're arrived. Have they arrived in the top six? Leicester gets it forward. Brad Gibbons could be the first. Referee says play on. He definitely gets tripped as he's running past. I mean, I don't know whether we'll show a replay, but Keston Davis has got away with one there, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's a clear yellow card as well, isn't it? He's running past him. It's an obvious foul, and I'm not sure he even got a touch, which means it should have been their throw, if anything. But he's given him a throw as a consolation, I think.
Hopkins trying to play the 1-2. Davis drives out with the ball, trying to knock that ball in behind for those two galloping forwards. Say the system that Barry play, the 5-3-2 or whatever you want to call it, or 3-5-2 with the wing backs, covers enough blades of grass or positions on this pitch just to free up them two forwards, and they play like school kids. There's a top 4 to 9 places, and at the moment it looks set. It looks set with +7 goals. The Barry will finish, in fact, 5th, which is a fair return, and I think it's where Jenkins and his team just about deserved it.
Yeah, I think so. They're going to be level on points with Colwyn Bay, and I think they're probably on par in terms of their quality, those two teams across the phase one, obviously with the points total, but I think in terms of quality as well. So yeah, they'll be pleased with that. The aim would have been top 6 in the first phase, and that's what they've got. So they'll be pleased, and they deserve it.
I think that goal has just taken a little bit of wind out of the sails of Llanelli. Kane looking down at the pitch right in front of us. It was frantic in the first half. It just looks like that 4th goal, Barry can play at their tempo now, I think, for the next 35 minutes. Yeah,
they've been better this second half. They've passed it through the thirds a bit more, and they have controlled it. They got the early goal, which settles you great, but they had that in the first half and didn't really control it from them. But they look like they're in control, and Llanelli look a little bit more tired now and probably feeling a little bit sorry for themselves more than they did in the first half.
It gives us time with these slowing down of the pace. It'll give us the time to talk a little bit more about the league this season. league top scorers. Jordan Williams at TNS with 20 goals. Assists, Harry Franklin with 10. Clean sheets, the TNS goalkeeper, that is often the easiest bet of the season, Kane. TNS with the most clean sheets. The last time Llanelli beat Barry in any league, surprised me, was 2013-14, when both teams were in Welsh League Division 3. That's only 13 years ago. Llanelli won Barry 0, and Llanelli in their history have never won at Jenner Park.
That is interesting. I didn't realise that. That is some stats. So they were up against it from the kick-off, weren't they, today?
Leicester. Will Richards keen to get there first. Wilmot. Gibbons tries to intervene. Ian Owen, the breaks on. Will Richards, the galloping right wing back. Mickey George is alongside him. Bodies forward. Yeah, pace definitely taken out of it. It's more structured football now. Barry using the ball at their will, with not as much pressing as it was in the first half. Hulbert smashes the post. Big chance for Hulbert to make it 5-1. Real difficult period now. This last 34 minutes is going to be for the Reds.
Yeah, it's a big chance from Molly Hulbert. Great ball again from Robbie Wilmot, and Cudahy just gets a nick through the legs, and Ollie's through. I think he has more time than he thinks, and he smashes it against the post. He's got a great left foot as Ollie, so he'll probably be disappointed that he didn't put it away. But I think there'll be more chances for him the way this game's going.
Richards, Keston Davis, Wilmot popping up again in space. Cudahy stayed forward. Hulbert, will he take it on again with the left foot, or will he pass it? He passes it! Back of the net! Back of the net, it's Robbie Wilmot. And Barry are starting to show their class. The 5th goal, Barry 5, Llanelli Town 1. Robbie Wilmot with a decent finish to give his Barry definitely now, Kane. The game as a contest is definitely over.
Yeah, it's got to be damage limitation now for Llanelli. It's how many Barry gets. Rolly Hulbert in the channel again, just as he was 2 seconds ago, and this time he finds his midfield partner, Robbie Wilmot, and Robbie makes no mistake. It's a great ball. Like I said, he's got a good left foot. Ollie gets a little deflection, but gets to Robbie Wilmot, no mistake. 5-1.
And I think they're going to try and show it to prove their fans now they're in that sort of mould. If you see Robbie Wilmot popping up in the opposition 6-yard box, that's a rare event.
Yeah, it is. Listen, he's had a really good game. He's been the star player, hasn't he? Let's be honest. He's been the difference between the two teams. 2 goals and an assist. Been involved in everything good that Barry have done, and every time he's been on the ball looks a threat. So, yeah, he deserves that goal. But like you said, he doesn't often pop up in the 6-yard box, and yeah, it's probably the state of the game at Llanelli. Maybe almost done, and Barry look like they're going to try and get as many as they possibly can.
Well, as we know, the top 6 could have been dependent on goal difference. So, the rest of the season, goals in almost every league, King. At the end of the season, there is some promotion, there is some relegation decided by goals. So, a few more goals tonight will be very much helpful for Barry's, European aims.
Definitely. You look at the top 6 now, I think they've all got decent goal differences. I think Barry were below Colwyn Bay, but they'll be trying to catch them now. They're probably not going to catch the likes of TNS, Carnarvon, in terms of goal difference now. TNS, Connors Key, Benabont, Carnarvon. But listen, Carnarvon could be caught in terms of points. So, yeah, they'll be looking upwards now.
That was his 4th goal in 51 games in the Cymru Premier League, Robbie Wilmot. I think he's had a few more assists than goals. Danny Williams gets it wide. Jenkins forward. Williams, Jenkins. They just got to stay in the, keep showing their pride for their shirt now, Llanelli. That's the main aim for Terry Boyle and Wayne Jones, to get some pride out of that shirt now, because Barry are simply looking for goals. Hulbert starting to look a lot easier for the team in yellow. Yeah. George gets the cross in. Every loose ball is falling out to a Barry player now.
They look tired, don't they, and almost lifeless a little bit. And actually not getting up to the ball now. Look how much time Bargison's got to cross it into the box, and they're not getting out of their box like Cronin was trying to in the first half. And yeah, they look like they're under real pressure now. So it's unfortunately it looks like how many can Barry get, and I think they'll get a few more.
And there is a long 30 minutes to go in this game at least. Jenkins, you did say that Jenkins sets standards, and he's fuming at the way his team gave the ball away there. George. Richards, I think he'd be able to give a few substitutes games here. Kane, substitutes looking to get on.
Yeah, I think he'll try and get a few of the younger lads on and give them a taste of it, because when they go into that top six, Jenkins knows that it's going to be, every game is going to be really tough, and it's going to be tough to give minutes out then. So I think this will probably be the moment or the time where he tries to get some minutes into legs and maybe some younger players on the pitch. But yeah, once they go into that top six, as we know, it's really difficult.
It's a difficult place to be.
Yeah.
Owen rattles a pass out wide to Wilmot. Wilmot and acres of space again. He's always finding that space, as we said in the first half. Wilmot, a misguided pass from Wilmot. Rio Booth on the ball. Williams back to Leicester. Goes back to the substitute Baker. Goalkeeper Alex Pennock. Don't think he's had any chance of saving any of the 5 goals, by the way. Yes, and that's very rare. Penabont 1, Cardiff Met 1. Rhys Griffiths' team equalising. They want to still get as many points as they can. Has the goals at Barry deflated the Met?
Yeah, they might have heard and known that their kind of race has run, if you like, since Barry have gone.
Yeah, what we talked about, there's the goals you're on about. Now Barry are +8, Colwyn Bay +4, Carnarvon +12. Like you said, 4 goals is not a lot, you know.
No, well, before tonight, Barry had, were behind Colwyn Bay in terms of goals, so tonight's a bit of a swing. Colwyn Bay actually will be quite pleased because they're only 1 down to TNS, so they'll probably have, they'd shake your hands now on this scoreline both ways.
Holbert whips it across the front. Baker gets the first touch, second touch. Cudahy looking to get on the score sheet. Jenkins, Owen simply popping up everywhere. Wilmot. Sainty, second one for Sainty. Hits the post, that's 3 times in the second period. Barry have rattled that right side post 3 times.
Starting to play some really good stuff now, Barry, aren't they? They're not playing against much at the moment, I'll be honest, but it's another great ball from Robbie Wilmot, great pick, and a good strike from Callum Sainty.
Yeah, he's done everything right to par it the back of the net.
Cannoned off the post. Great move and a great effort.
Brad Gibbons. Referee says play on. They're not even getting the breaks on free kicks now at the moment. Going back a few years, Barry scored 13 goals versus Llanelli in 2 games in the 2000-2001 season. Jamie Morley and Mikey Flynn scoring a few of them goals. Flinney went on to have a wonderful career in the Football League and also as a manager. And a great character. Off his line, Sainty. Pennock was outside his box then, he decided to pass it instead. Sainty now almost given a free role in our midfield, and just like Wilmot, he has ability. And when he's given that space, he'll make it pay.
Yeah, he's played centre half for probably the last 2 or 3 years, but he's been moved up 1 this season, and that's probably where he started his career in terms of midfield, and so he's comfortable there. But he's shown that he's been a real presence for Barry, and they probably missed that at the start of the season where they had 3 football players in there. Now they got a bit of strength in there, as well as Sainty's quality, as you've seen today.
Owen back to Richards. Owen keen to take players on, keen to get in the box, and he's doing it with ease at the moment. Will he get the cross in? Flips it across. Everyone's trying to get Owen Cuddihy from left wing back has popped up in that 18 yard. You played with young Owen. Is he after a goal or not, Kane?
I think he's given her away a little bit, isn't he? He's not. He's been standing on the penalty spot for the last 20 minutes, is Owen. He's a left wing back, but
he's looking for a goal.
He's dying to get a goal. Bless him. I think it might be his first he's looking for, isn't it? So yeah, fair play to him. Keep getting yourself in that box.
This is where, as a manager, of course, Terry Boyle will learn a lot. He'll most probably tell you after the game, Terry, that he'll learn more from his players, about his players in the second period than he would have in the first.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
Here's where you earn character. Shot on target.
Yeah, that's it, because
Sam Parsons.
It's easy to play when things are going well, and it was going well for a period for Llanelli, wasn't it, in the first half? But now, listen, your back's against the wall. How does it look now? How do you still try and get on the ball? Do you still try and make that run? Do you still follow that run? I think these are the questions that Terry Boyle will be asking of his players.
Definitely.
And we'll be finding out.
Hulbert seems to be dropping a bit deeper. Hulbert leaving the holes at the top open, and Ian Owen's filling them. Owen, is he going to get there first again? Cuddihy headed away by Cronin. Wilmot just guides it down to Richards. The centre of midfield is just being patrolled now by Barry's midfield, and they've picked their own passes. The game was definitely at their tempo. Wilmot again, the centre back clears his lines. Cuddihy stayed up in that midfield role instead of left wing back. I think Jenkins is obviously allowing him to go in there and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I think it's comfortable now, isn't it? So he's feeling free to go wherever he likes. I think it was important what you said at half time, Jonah, was Elliot Richards and Robbie Wilmot will be key, and they have been, haven't they? They've controlled this second half completely and taken the sting out of the game. Definitely. With their experience, with their quality. Sainty as well, and you know, he's been a bit of a driving force going forward, getting shots off. But that midfield three have controlled this game.
No, they're
just
coasting.
Like they are, yeah, just like they are now, and have probably won this game, taking the game away
after that, especially after that 35-minute frantic period. Kane, you played in this league for many a year. TNS Connors Key, a Connors Key serious title contenders now. With John Disney doing that job last season. Connors Key were 25 points behind TNS at this stage. At present, they're 4. Is there a race on?
I think there is, yeah. Whilst Connors Key are in this form and winning games, there's definitely a race on. And you know, with that, how the top 6 splits, you play each other so often that, you know, things can happen and points swings can happen really, really quickly. So yeah, they're in a title race, and you know, it wasn't so long ago that they won the title, so they've got experience.
Well. Good to see for the league to be competitive up there.
Great, and it's great for John Disney as a new coach as well. You know, we've had some established coaches in this league, but as a new coach with a new brand of football at Connors Key, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. Great touch. Mickey George looking for his own goal. They're lining up the Barry shirts to get in the next goal, but Llanelli just digging in and keeping the score as it is at the moment. Still a long 22 plus minutes ahead of us. Cuddihy. Wilmot picks another great pass. The flag goes up on the far side. I think the referee, Bryn Markham Jones.
Great football. Another great pass from Ian Owen. Great touch from Mikey George as well. Takes it away, thinks he's going to shoot, and he tries a little reverse pass to Elliot Rich. Takes the camera with him. The camera goes with him. Finds the dummy as well. But yeah, some good football being played by Barry Town United now.
Yeah, if you're looking for quality, if we were shown 10 glimpses of quality from our league at the end of the season, I think Mickey George's cross would creep in that top 10 end of season highlights, because that going back a long way in this game now, and I don't really know the lad, but what a wonderful cross that was to start the game's quality, Kane.
Yeah, great, really good cross, and like we said, we've touched upon actually, you know, he's been really consistent now for 2 or 3 years. He's the one Barry lad in the team, and you know, he's a bit of a leader, a bit of a character, and people kind of bounce off his energy. So yeah, he's massive for this team.
Gibbons, substitute coming on, Theo Wharton. Tough job coming on, but Theo, with all his experience, will try and organise and just I think if they do well, it can show Terry Boyle now with 20 minutes to go, with it to keep it at 5 goals. I think that'll show, you know, they're still determined for something, and maybe they'll get their own goal. Ethan Can up front, can he get a shot off? Gets a shot off, but doesn't get enough pace on it. It's a shot on target, but it was never going to trouble the goalkeeper.
Yeah, like you said, it's a tough period for them. You've got players now coming on who maybe don't quite want to come on, but yeah, Ethan Can again with another shot. To be fair, he's ran his socks off actually, Ethan. He's done well in terms of trying to get shots off and trying to harass the centre halves, because it's been difficult for him, especially the second half.
Well, let's be honest, Kane.
He's done okay.
If you yourself, with all your experience of this league, if you're playing in a team that's scored 12 goals now all season as a centre forward, you're not having many big meals served up to you.
No, I'd imagine he's probably had more chances tonight than he's had across the whole season, which is strange. But
that pass goes a mix. Wilmot drives through. Will he take it on? He gets a chance. He puts it, passes it. Just feeding other players. I think he's had a chance there. Substitute will be made here. Sean Wharton warming up. Barry warming 2 substitutes up. Daniel Smith, Dan Barton coming on, and Daniel Smith, 2 for Barry. And Sean Wharton coming on for Rio Booth. I'm calling him Sean Wharton, by the way. I'm sure his dad will be pleased with that. I'm sure he's watching. He was a great player, by the way, in the beginning of this league. Great round of applause there for Elliot Richards and Owen Cudahy. Young Ian Owens having a little chat there with Jenkins, most probably saying, please leave me on, boss, I'm after a hat-trick.
I think he's been asked to do a job maybe, or they're changing shape. But yeah, I think Ian might have to move out to this left side, unfortunately for himself, which he won't be too pleased with.
Not a bad ball from Keston Davis. And both substitutes keen to get on in the last 20 minutes of this game. Quite a strong all-round squad they got now, Kane.
Yeah, I think with their 11, I really think they can take any team deep. You know, and that includes the New Saints. They've drawn 0-0 with the New Saints here. I know they got a bit of a pace in a way, but at home they can give anyone a chance. And they've got some big games coming up. They've got a cup final against the New Saints in a Nathaniel MG, and they've got a cup quarter final up in Rill to look forward to. So they've got a massive second half.
Owen pulls it back, is cleared by Baker, edge of the box. Wilmot, does he take the distance shot on? Over the bar. Yeah, the season is going fine because, like you said, they are in the cup final against TNS and they are in the quarter final of the Welsh Cup. So 3 avenues. 2 avenues to Europe.
Yeah, 2 avenues to Europe and the potential of a cup, you know, to take back to Barry. You know, it's
and the 2 avenues they got, Kane. Basically, they're in the top 6 now, so that goes down to 3 games, 2 playoffs and a final, and 3 games in the cup. So they got 2 3-game situations where they could get into Europe.
Absolutely.
That's positive. That is very positive at this time of the season.
Yeah, and you add to that the Connah's Quay and TNS are also not in the Welsh Cup. It's a huge opportunity for a team like and Penabont.
Definitely.
For a team like Barrytown United. So, you know, a really exciting time to be a Barrytown fan.
They play Rill. They play Rill in the next round. Davis, Wilmot, tempo, definitely a quarter of the pace it was in the first period. You're the latest results. Connah's Quay take a 2-1 lead at Carnarvon. Haverfordwest 0, Britain Ferry 3, Penabont 1, Cardiff Met 1. Barry score, as you've seen. Flint 0, Bala 4. That's a surprise, one of the surprises of the night. And TNS still 1-0 ahead against Colwyn Bay. Interesting. Great ball from Owen. Hulbert. That's what you call not giving up on anything. Hulbert and Owen both out on the wing now. It's whipped across the front. It's good hold-up play. Richards. Sainty collecting at ease, and he's driving through the middle. Does Sainty get the shot off? He was trying to look for the opening, it didn't open up. George. Ian Owen stands it up, it goes behind off the defender. Corner to Barry. Pressure still being asserted on the Llanelli defence. With 75 minutes on the clock, Barry leading 5-1 against Llanelli. Short corner. Wilmot stands it right up to the far post, and that goes through 3 yellow shirts, every one of them with a chance to make it 6.
Incredible delivery, isn't it? It's right on the money, just requiring a touch just to get it over the line. And again, what a ball from Robbie Wilmot. You've got Ben Marge, you've got Callum Sainty running in, no one can get a touch, but yeah, another incredible piece of play from Robbie Wilmot. What a delivery.
That's a surprising result on the evening so far. Flint, who had a great last game when they defeated Colwyn Bay at Colwyn Bay by 2-1 on Scotty. It was a fantastic game and they looked superb. Ballard, who haven't won for about 10 games, are leading 4-0 at Flint. This league, this season, has been so unpredictable.
It has. I tell you what, I think that maybe Llanelli are going to struggle to stay in this league, but apart from that, you couldn't pick one to go down now, could you? You couldn't pick one. Ballard, Flint.
What a battle.
And then they might have brought Britain Ferry and the rest into it as well. So
Haverford West in the battle.
Haverford West are in that battle. Cardiff Met are not out of it, I know they were looking for top 6 90 minutes ago. So, yeah, interesting.
Owen plays the 1-2. Leicester does well defending. Wilmot. Richards. It didn't go their way on the last game of last season. Barry's, you were involved yourself, and that's why that their changing room will be a happy changing room to get in this top 6, Kane.
Yeah, listen, it's last year was probably more devastating because they got the point, and then obviously the game again with Connors Key and Bala got called off, and
because of fog.
Yeah, with them being 3-0 down, so we thought we were in the top 6, and then unfortunately the game took it away from us, and that happens, so they'll be extra happy with that this year because they've deserved it, and they've played well, and they've got the results and the points on the board without having to look for snookers. So yeah, they deserve it, and they'll be really happy.
Yeah. Still just trying to break their way through. One missed pass there from Hulbert. The Barry chairman have deserved some success. Kane, he's worked his socks off, and the top 6 and a chance to get into Europe and the cup runs will mean a lot to him. Absolutely,
they work tirelessly behind the scenes. Mark Barrett, he's been fantastic for this club. Him and his family, they do so much work that doesn't probably get talked about as much. On the pitch, these players are the superstars, but the real superstars are probably behind the board, if you like. And people like Mark Barrett deserve massive credit, and they've earned this top 6 spot, and the players have gone and delivered for him.
Yeah. Mark Barrett has done a fantastic job. Every club needs a good chairman, like you just said, Kane. As you're getting a little bit longer in the tooth, shall we say, it's that you tend to know that more as you get older, and it's great to see players of your age still at the young age compared to us, how much you appreciate the work of the committee people, and especially the man at the helm, the chairman.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, you probably get to see it a bit more when you're playing and you're young, and you probably don't think about it as much, but now you get to see it and how much work they put in, and like you said, it's a real community club is Barrytown United, and that's due to the people at the top.
Well, they're back in the top 6. Mickey George spreads the play, looking for Ian Owen, whose first touch is wonderful. Tries to take Leicester on, gets a shot into the box, it's headed behind by Baker. Good defending by the big substitute defender. 2 substitutes look being made by Llanelli in a minute after the corner. It looks like Jay Nicholas and James Farrell Ali will be coming on. Just a Bit of complication with the two substitutes. One of the substitutes hasn't got a number on. We will find out the number. Haverfordwest getting a goal back against Britain Ferry. Haverfordwest 1, Britain Ferry 3. With 10 minutes to go there. Can Tony Pennock's Bluebirds create a great comeback and try and gain a point at least from that game down at the New Bridge Meadow Stadium. Owen. He's enjoying himself out on the left flank. He goes past the fullback, pulls it across. Pennock collects. Wharton. Theo Wharton. Hulbert doing step over after step over. Owen. It's a great block from Cronin. They've done well to stem the tide in the last 20, Kane. Let's be honest. You know, we say there's no sign of any towel being thrown in.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you wouldn't want to play against those front two, would you, for 90 minutes, especially when you get tired and they're just running consistently. They don't stop. But fair play, Baker's come on, Cronin at 39. You know, it's the last thing he wants, but he's stuck in there, hasn't he? And at 4-5-1, like you said, heads can go down and you can give up and you can let things go, but they haven't. They've dug in there, haven't they?
Substitutions being made. Two of the youth team most probably coming on. Shivo Hines coming on. Coming on for Danny Williams, and Ethan Can will be coming off. Danny Williams and Ethan Can. There'll be bigger games to play for these two in the second half of the season, and Terry Boyle knows that. Williams and Can, Shivo Hines and James. Jay Farrell Ali coming on. Farrell Ali, unfortunately, with no number on the back of his shirt, or Shivo Hines with no number on the back of his shirt. The team are behind, but a great time for two youngsters to get on at the place, like Jenna Park and Terry Boyle. Just most probably saying to them, go and enjoy yourself. Go and get involved in the game in the last 10 minutes and show me what you got. Yeah, exactly. It's good for these young players just to get an opportunity. I played against Shivo Hines in a development game actually last year. You say Llanelli haven't won on this pitch. They beat us 8-1 that day. And he scored a couple, so he's not a bad player. So it's good for him to get his chance in the first team and hopefully he shows what he can do. You played in a development team? Yes, you can have some overage players. When, thank you very much. If you're not quite... I thought there was more to you dad at half time. No. So I played as an overage player. I'm not going completely crazy yet. Baker, the misguided back pass. Smith gets it wide. Hulbert gets a strike off and rattles the top of the bar. Drives it from 18 yards. Hulbert. It crashes the top of the bar and goes over, and the score remains Barry 5, Llanelli 1. Yeah, great effort from Ollie Hulbert. He just puts his foot through on the edge of the box. I think that's the third time the bar's been hit or the frame's been hit this game. He could have had a couple himself, Ollie. He looks like he's getting closer. Smart play at the back from the Llanelli fullback, Jenkins. Jenkins looks a decent player on the ball, you know. Well, that's a superb tackle in midfield from the substitute. Dan Barton. George off on another windy run. Barton. Wharton looking for that red shirt. Intervention from Margerson. Wilmot don't want to leave the field, even at the tender age of 35. He's enjoying himself. They're just dropping in most probably now to a 4-5-1 by the look of it. Yeah, I think so. They've been really deep, haven't they, this second half, and they've had to work really hard. I feel sorry for them because Barry have really upped it since they got that fourth and fifth goal, and you know it's only been one-way traffic, hasn't it? And you know they've been chance after chance. There's another one. The 1-2 was done. Can he get the goal? He puts it. Great save from Pennock. The Iron Owen looking for that hat-trick. It was a wonderful 1-2 between himself and his strike partner Hulbert. Tried to bend around the goalkeeper But the goalkeeper makes a great save to put it out from a corner.
Yeah, and again, and Ollie Holbert linking up. They're so sharp together. Like I said, you don't want to be playing against them with tired legs, and that's what we're seeing right now when they're cutting through.
Wilmot, Will Richards and Sainty most probably getting each other's way, but Sainty's keen to keep the ball in play. Does keep it in play. Referee's looking at it. Sainty fancying himself as a winger, never mind the midfielder there.
Yeah, he's going on amazing runs. He's got to remember he used to be a centre half only a couple of weeks ago. He's centre forward now.
Two more substitutes from Barry. Joseph Case coming on. Wilmot is coming off. Joseph Bainan. It's Bainan coming on. And Joseph Case. Wilmot gets a round of applause with 4 minutes to go, Kane. As a guest on the red button, does he take your coveted award of the MOM?
Yeah, I think so. He's been involved in 3 goals. He's been excellent, hasn't he? And I think he's controlled the game really, really well. Holbert close. He's been really good, and Owen probably a close second to Robbie Wilmot. But I think Robbie Wilmot has been the standout player. He's just controlled, especially this second half. It's been everything that's been good from Barry has come from Robbie Wilmot.
And 2 academy products coming on. Bainan and Case?
Yeah, it was great. I was just about to say, great for the academy, especially Joe Case. He's a Barry lad, born down the road, and he's been banging them in the development league. He's got 21 goals for Barry Town development team and deserves his chance. He's actually earned his chance. I'd like to see him get a few more games, so I think he can score goals. He's
just straight offside, I think, on this one, but
Fox in the box, similar to Owen.
The 21 he scored, like you said, I think he'd swap him if he could just get one on TV tonight on his. Most probably, is it his debut for the first team tonight?
He'd give them all back. He got an assist against Llanelli in the Welsh Cup, so I think it might be his second appearance.
I think it's his debut on Scorio, though.
Yeah, definitely.
There won't be no added time, we've heard from the referee. It's most probably a decent practice by the referee there. 90 minutes will do, I think. Barry Town have, getting their way. There hasn't been many injuries anyway in the second period.
No, it's flowed, hasn't it? And I think, listen, both teams will shake hands and get on with it. I think they're quite happy to shake on the 5-1 now. I think both teams are happy with that. Well, not happy, but content with what they've got at the moment, and they'll have to take it on the chin, and Barry will move forward.
Well, there is. I think that means that he's get the dual MOM Wilmot chance here. Mickey George gets a strike off, saved. Big chance. It's a brilliant save from the goalkeeper, mine. By the way, he's had some game, the goalkeeper. We said he has no chance with any of the goals, and since the 5th goal's gone, and he's been brilliant for Llanelli.
Yeah, been excellent. He's made probably 4 or 5 really good saves. He's had to, because there's been so many shots on his goal, but this one was another great one. Mikey George with a great effort, and Joe Case was nearly there to slide it in.
No flag from the linesman. Referee says play on. So the top 6 looks to be set. Barry Town making up the 5th spot now, on Colwyn Bay taking the 6th spot. The bottom 6 will be with Cardiff Met in there. I'd say for myself, Kane, Cardiff Met would be the favourites to finish 7th.
Yeah, you'd think so.
And that gets a playoff place, by the way.
Absolutely, yeah. It was the way we qualified last year, so yeah. I think so. But Haverfordwest have just been there so many times, I'd expect them to have a say.
Yeah, great tackle from the substitute. Baker's come on and put in some decent tackles, for Llanelli. That one is just a little bit too keen as he goes through the back of the Barry substitute. The referee's had a decent game.
Yeah, let it flow, hasn't he?
Really.
Yeah, he's let it flow, and we haven't seen him, which is always a good sign of.
And the 2 linesmen.
Yeah, absolutely, we haven't seen him, but they deserve a mention because they've let this game flow, and it's been a good watch.
Owen. Still looking for that 3rd goal, whips it across, headed away. It's been a pleasure having you on your cane. I hope your season goes well with Newport City, and you still contend for promotion. That is the final whistle from Barry. A 5-1 scoreline sees Barry go into the top 6 in the Cymru Premier of 25-26. Callum Sainty, Robbie Wilmot, a Ian Owen brace and an Ollie Holbert goal give him a 5-1 victory as Terry Boyle and Steve Jenkins shake hands. The final score from Jenna Park: Barry Town 5, Llanelli Town 1.
Steve, top 6 for Barry Town, signed, sealed and delivered. You must be delighted.
Yeah, I'm pleased. I'm pleased for the players, the fans, and the board, volunteers, whatever. Everybody puts a work in. So yeah, that's pleasing. The only thing is now I'm focused on them 10 games coming up now. I mean, I've been up there for 5 years, so we know it's going to be 10 difficult games. So my focus is on that now. But really pleased for the boys. They deserve it.
Yeah, pleasing to get the job done, but also, I guess, to do it in the manner that you did, scoring 5 goals.
No, I know, but it didn't feel like that. I don't know whether it was because of the situation. You know, we knew we had to win it, but it didn't feel as comfortable as that. But it was always going to be difficult. But I thought the players managed the game really well.
You touched on it then, you know, the complexion of the league now completely changes in Phase 2. It'll be the first time in a number of years we've seen Barry back in the top 6. What is the priority? How far can Barry Town go in the second half of this season?
Look, I know it's going to be difficult because every team, you know, in that top 6 is quality. So every game is going to be really, really difficult. Make sure that we're competitive in every game. And I'm not sure where we finished up. I don't know the result, whether we finished 6th or 5th. I don't know. But it's being competitive, gaining as many points as we can and see where it takes us.
I don't know, we spoke before the game, but of course still in both cups as well. You've got one final to look forward to, one quarter final. Just how motivated are you now for the next few months?
No, we got games to look forward to, but it's all, you know, down to the players and the hard work that they put in, and I'm really, really pleased that they got the rewards. You know, we didn't get it last year, but we've got it this year. And like I say, it's exciting times coming up, but difficult times as well.
Steve, appreciate your time. Diolch.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Llongyfarchiadau iddo fe ac Bari, rhyddhad mae'n siŵr. Reit, maen nhw wedi sicrhau'r hanner ucha. Mae Caernarfon wedi sgorio'n hwyr yn erbyn Ceicona. Mooney wedi cael ei ail. Phil Mooney wedi cael 2. Yr amddiffynwr yn cael 2 i Gaernarfon yn erbyn Ceicona. Mae'r Ceicona wedi ennill 8 yn olynol. A mae hynny'n golygu fod y seintiau o fewn dim i ymestyn i Mantes ar y brig. Maen nhw wedi ennill yn erbyn Bai Colwyn o gol i ddim. 1 gol yn unig yn ddigon. Jordan Williams gath ei ar ôl 2 funud yn unig, ond mae noson arwyddocaol ar y brig gyda'r seintiau yn ymestyn i Mantes. Fel mae pethau'n sefyll ar hyn o bryd. Fe alle hynny newid. Dewch nôl ato ni i gael y canlyniadau yn llawn. Cwpl o fynd i fynd yn y rhai o'r gemau yna. Dewch ni gael yr ymateb nesaf o ran Llanelli. Cyfnod anodd, tymor anodd, newid rheolwr a Terry Boyle wrth y lliw heno. Mae fe gyda Sioned.
Well, Terry, tonight was the first opportunity that you got to see your team in action. What did you make of it all?
I think definitely a lot of work to be done on the training pitch. But yeah, it's difficult. You know what I mean? As I said earlier on, the lads, the season hasn't been on too well for them. And I think tonight's result showed that, you know, with regards, as soon as goals are scored, heads drop because they expect the same to happen again. And they won't think they're learning from it at the moment, but when they sit down and reflect and look at themselves in a couple of years' time, they have learned tonight. They might not think it, but hopefully it's a learning curve for the rest of their journeys.
And look, I know the scoreline 5-1, but getting that goal, the first goal that Llanelli have scored against Barry Town this season as well, you know, does it give you a glimmer of hope of what's in this team?
Of course it is. Of course it is. You know what I mean? It's as I said, you know, the situation of the club at the moment, where the club is at in the league, and the league doesn't tell any lies. We're there for that reason, where we haven't been performing. Tonight, obviously, we'll sit back and have a look at it and with the staff, and we'll analyse where we were making mistakes and hopefully work to fill the cracks and hopefully get something out of the other games that's coming up.
Look, Terry, I appreciate, you've only been in the role for a couple of days, but looking ahead, short term, long term, what's the brief that you've been given?
Look, initially short term, obviously the interim period, but it's about obviously the lads learning. And look, the 10 games we got left, it's a short season we got. Forget the first half of the season. They've got a 10-game spell now, and hopefully they've got to work a little bit harder. They've got to show a bit more desire and passion. All those basic things that football still demands. The game is changing. I'm aware of that. The young lads think it's easier, but as you can see tonight, where at times we was like men against boys. But as I said, it is a learning curve, and every game the boys will keep learning. And tonight there's no exception.
Terry, really appreciate your time. Diolch.
Thanks.
Wel, be bynnag ddaw, yn cyfrwng dyn da wrth y lliw am weddill y tymor. Fel hyn mae pethau'n sefyll, dim pob gêm sydd wedi gorffen, y Bari gorffen yn bumed. Beth oedd y ffys? Nhw'n gyfforddus bai Colwyn hefyd yn yr hanner ucha. A ni tymor cynta yn ôl. Lawr yn y gwylod, y bal ar y blaen o bedar i ddim yn erbyn y Flint. Yn neidio uwchben y Flint. 12 mlynedd yn yr hanner ucha i'r bala. Wel, bydden nhw ddim yn yr hanner ucha tymor yma. Ond allan o'r ddau safle gweilod, mae'n teimlo fel canlyniad mawr iawn iddyn nhw. Ar ôl colli'r 2 gêm ddiwetha. Wedi colli llwyth o gemau yn ddiweddar hefyd. Mae'n parhau'n gyfartal Caernarfon yn erbyn Ceicona a sgil hynny, 6 phwynt yw'r bwlch ar y brig ar hyn o bryd. Os nag oes yna rhywbeth hwyr dramatig yn gallu digwydd yn y gêm na rhwng Ceicona a Caernarfon. 2 gol yr un ar hyn o bryd. Eiliadau yn weddill, mwy o ymateb. Fan hyn ymateb hapus y tro yma. Ieuan Owen o'r Bari gyda Sioned.
Ieuan y Bari wedi sicrhau I lle nhw yn y 6 uchaf ar gyfer ail rhan y tymor a tipyn o fuddugoliaeth heno. Mae rai bod ti ar garfan yn hollol hapus.
Ie, ni'n bach yn hapus dod mewn fan hyn. Ni'n gwybod bod gen i angen neud I ennill. Sgorio 5. Mae fe'n bach o good. Ie, mae'n good.
Be oedd yn mynd trwy'ch pennau chi, Llanelli yn amlwg di newid rheolwr, felly ddim cweit yn siŵr be I ddisgol, a wedyn ni pan nathon nhw sgorio hefyd. Y ffaith nathoch chi ymateb yn y ffordd wnaethoch chi yn y diwedd? Ie,
dyw ddim yn neis bod ni wedi, bod Llanelli wedi sgorio, ond da iawn I nhw. Ie, mae fe'n anodd pan mae reol newydd yn dod mewn. Gyn ni angen neud, just ffocws o be ni angen neud, a nawr ennill.
A wrth gwrs, 2 gol I ti yn y gêm heno. 14 gol nawr ym mhob cystadleuaeth hyd yn hyn. Tymor yma, just faint I ti'n joio dy bêl-drodi ar hyn o bryd?
Ie, tymor yma, joio yma probably mwy na unrhyw le fi wedi bod. Sgor 14, yn eisiau 10, I fod yn onest. Ond I cael 14, hyd yn hyn. Ie, bach yn hapus.
A ni jyst yn siarad gyda dy reolwr di, Steve Jenkins. Mae gymaint ych chi edrych mlaen nawr o ran y clwb yma. Chi yn y 6 ucha, rownd derfynol Cwpan Nathaniel MG, cwarteri Cwpan Cymru I ddod hefyd. Just faint I ti'n disgwyl mlaen i'r cyfnod nesaf yma?
Wel, ni eisiau ennill pob gym. Wrth gwrs eisiau ennill y lig, ond credu bod y Saint yn newid I ennill hwnna. Neud Ceicona, ond gobeithio cael Cwpan. Mae'n gyn I angen neud yw. Mae'n haws yn dweud ond ennill yn gym.
Wel Ieuan, diolch yn fawr o llongyfarchiadau heno, a llongyfarchiadau ar y 2 gol hefyd.
Llongyfarchiadau mawr iddo fe fel, mae fe'n gweud, maen nhw'n rownd derfynol Cwpan y Gyngred, cwrdd o'r Seintiau Newydd, maen nhw'n 8 ola, Cwpan Cymru, a maen nhw'n yr hanner ucha, a gyda chwaraewyr fel Ieuan Owen a perfformiadau fel yna, maen nhw'n fod yn dipyn o her I tîm eraill yn yr ail hanner sydd I ddod, Sion.
Ydy, dan nhw allan nhw edrych mlaen nawr I waren y 6 ucha, waren erbyn y clybiau gorau yn y Gyngred, ond hefyd y cwpanau. Mae Cwpan Cymru yn agored ofnadw, felly bydd hanner llygad yn nhw ar Cwpan Cymru, ac wrth gwrs, fel oedd Ieuan yn gweithio yna, maen nhw'n ffeinal erbyn y Seintiau Newydd hefyd. Felly, exciting times yn Bari Town.
A mae'n teimlo fel falle oedd angen hwnna ar ôl tymor diwetha. Dath niwed enfawr iddyn nhw'n tymor hir, ond colli allan ar yr hanner ucha yn y modd creulon diwedd tymor diwetha. Ond nhw'n meddwl bod nhw yno, just I atgoffa chi. Gêm yn cael ei goherio, goffon nhw ail chwarae ddi, a'r Bari ddim yn sicrhau'r lle yn y hanner ucha yn sgil hwnna. Gêm na'n niwl gath I gyr. Ceicona chwarae bala ac ati. Ond maen nhw wedi gwneud yn iawn am hynny, a mae rai bod hwnna'n rhyw hwb iddyn nhw.
Ie, mae fe, twod, fel chwaraewr ti sy'n chwarae ar y safon ucha, 6 ucha yw y safon ucha yng Nghymru Cymru, felly ie, mae'r nod na wedi cael ei wneud. Mae Steve Jenkins oedd e moyn ar dechrau'r rhaglen yn gweud dyna'r nod chwarae yn y 6 ucha, a yn sicr, twod, dyna beth sydd nhw edrych i mlaen amdano nawr am weddill tymor.
O Sion, diolch yn fawr iawn, dim gymaint o ddrama gan ni'n disgwyl, dy'r Bari ddim yn cwyno am hynny, diolch yn fawr iawn am eich cwmni chi. Felly dyna ni, rhan gyntaf tymor ar ben, o mae yna ail ran mawr iawn i ddod a fi sgorio yn dilyn y cyfan. Y Bari yn yr hanner ucha, y Seintiau yn ymestyn i Mantes ar y brig, y Balan ennill yn y gwylodion. Hen galan hapus i chi. Flwyddyn newydd dda, ni'n dal yn dweud hynny. Ail ran y tymor hapus i chi pan fyddwn ni'n ôl cyn fwy hir. O Barc Jennar, o'r criw sgorio i gyd. Hwyl fawr i chi, ta-ra.